Alrighty, we are live again, everybody.
I'll install a voice processor and I'll sound like Mickey Mouse forever.
I would love that. No joke.
Alrighty.
Is it a new one, Joey?
Yeah, it's a new stream. You
Okay.
can't use the old stream, unfortunately.
I didn't think you could, but
No. Great. Now all of my everythings are.
that reminds me, my wife needs to subscribe to your channel.
Yeah, she does.
I'm still on her computer, so I've been watching them on her account, and then when I do my rewatch, I watch it on my account.
Perfect.
So now she's joined and subscribed. Or she's subscribed and notified. She clicked that bell.
Let's go. Click that noti bell. Alrighty. I think we're almost there, everybody. Alright. Rollable table. Yep. Alrighty. Well, let's get back. Oh, they've been able to hear us this whole time. Yeah, because my audio never changed back. Hi! We're back. Sorry about that. Technical difficulties with, electricity. It just flickered in and out in this area, so we're fine to move past everything that I usually do. Anyways, did you all decide on your spell slots?
Yes, I'm providing the 9th.
Alrighty.
I'm just
Then
we could just say that I used prismatic wall and pushed everyone through it. I had Broskett push everyone through it one guy at a time.
So, you all watch as a massive prismatic wall erects across the battlefield, and everyone starts grabbing them and tossing and pushing them, and the enemies just slowly died and turn into glittering dust at the end of it. That is the most flamboyant way to mass murder, by the way. I can't imagine there's a... Yeah, no, I can't.
Gives it 2 thumbs up.
We were talking about how I should have that spell.
Yeah.
The wrong character caused the rainbows of death, but
But anyway.
Honestly,
should
I feel
have
like
Rainbows of
everyone
Death.
else who's alive in this party right now is better suited to that spell.
probably. I'm assuming. I guess so. The bubble would have dropped. We'll check Fordrum.
So, as soon as the bubble drops, you watch as Fordrum's hammer and shield both go tumbling away out of his grip and grasp, and as he lies there, you see the gaping wounds inside of his chest that had come from that terrifying entity you all just fought against. You go to touch and feel for a pulse on the dwarf, which is a very easy thing to feel for his race, and nothing.
Oh shit.
She's going to be the one to check for it, and when he doesn't find a pulse, he's gonna like shake him a little bit and be like, Fordrum?
No movements, no signs of life. But there are signs, or there are sounds in the distance. War horns being blown from the encampment you all just attacked. The enemy has to be calling reinforcements.
What about the effect that was going on inside the dome or inside the walls?
You
Has it
go and look
followed
back,
us?
and it would appear that that protective barrier stopped it from going any further, but you can see that void darkness pushed all the way up to the door's edge and just not being capable of moving past it. Whatever is there, that's there. You're not sure if it's going to stay, you're not sure if it's temporary, but it's there.
Great.
We should get moving.
Yeah, we need to go. Could you get?
Yeah.
I'll grab his hammer and his shield.
All right. Braska, when you pick up Fordrum, you hear something thud and fall on the ground as the tiny father stone is left there.
I'll scoop that up for him.
Then, where are you all going?
Away, I guess. Opposite direction of the base.
That's as good a plan as we've got.
So is that southwards or northwards?
Which way were we from the base?
You were west.
You know what? Let's just go north.
Okay, north.
All right. You all get up and start heading to the north, running. I need a survival check from somebody to navigate through this area to stay out of the sight of the enemies. Though most of their soldiers are like fodder to you, there is always the encroaching possibility of someone more powerful showing up. And in your current states, 12, Capriccio.
16.
You have advantage?
Foresight.
Oh, yeah. Is that ability checks? I thought that was attack rolls and
everything.
saves and ability checks. Jesus.
Everything.
All right, from now on, all of my NPCs are just going to use that. Just to get out. Just ninth level written off.
You had one that tried that once. I counterspelled it.
Yeah. Good
And
times.
Isocross.
Yeah, great times.
It was for us.
I don't want to hear shit about temporal shunt. Anyways, 16. Capriccio, you find a path to go. Hidden amongst the trees, just barely out of sight and trudging through the swamplands. You are perfectly fine, but you can hear Argan and Braska difficultly just stomping and going to the point where Argan is almost waist high in the swamps as you're passing by. You're staying out of the sight of the enemies for a period of time, but let me roll their scouting party. At one point, you start to hear the sounds of Zemnian warhounds barking outwards, and to handle this advanced party, I need 4 spell slots total.
Give up a 4th.
All right. You call down some force of nature to take them out quickly, but they had your general direction, your general knowledge. You now have to try again to escape them. Roll again.
I'll roll this time.
We love 22.
Not a follower.
Double 22.
Yeah, but we still love it.
I know. I'm just saying. You've asked every time, so I'm just
I just say
Preemptive.
we love 22. 6. You decide not to stand too close to the waters, as every time you get out of there, despite there being rain, you're dragging slick mud that is completely different density into the area itself. Braska, you know, running through this area, your best chance of escaping them is heading into the ridge itself, the mountainous area, and climbing. It's very treacherous and has sheer drops, but for you, at least, it's going to be easy. Capriccio, also fairly easy. And, well, humans seem to be exceptionally good at athletics, so Argan might be fine. As you all get over to the rocks to start climbing and getting out of there, you end up climbing a few cliffs and finding a few ledges to finally get out of eye and sight of the enemy, as you can hear more and more of these horns coming up and more flashes of lights appearing. They are not holding back. They are sending all manner of mages out to handle you. Every soldier they seem to have available within this radius, they're trying to hunt you down, but You're fairly confident that being up in the mountain might be your reprieve.
As we get towards night and close to exhaustion, we should probably stop here. This is as close as we're gonna get to them losing the trail for now. I can put up the mansion and give us a place to hide for the night. And we can figure out what to do next. I don't have the ability to teleport us out of here. I don't have it prepared.
Where did we sleep last?
South of the Lavenda. You all slept last before you even got to Allfield. Remember, you left the Herethus mines, you flew out there, and then you flew from there upwards.
Okay, so we slept like in those tunnels.
Herethus mines was the last time you slept. Where the dwarves were all in,
Yeah,
their camps.
I could take us there right now, if we want to just get away.
Well, remember, if we teleport, they will know. So if we teleport, we probably need to teleport out of the Empire. I mean, we could teleport there and then put up the thing, but I fear that that's going to show the wrong people that we've arrived.
I can cast one more. I can take us through a tree or something.
Are we ready to leave the Empire? Is that what we're doing? We have no idea if there was... We have no idea if there was one of his phylacteries there or not.
What are the chances that it got destroyed by that thing?
I don't know, to be honest.
I feel like at the very least we should stick around another day to try to sneak in and figure that out.
What about Fordrum?
Could one of you maybe do something about that?
I can, but I don't know if we have what I need.
What do we need? We can check.
Okay, let me think. I either need lots of diamonds, or I need lots of just oils and unguents and other stuff. Not as much as diamonds, obviously, but
How much diamond? We've got about 3,000.
I need about 8 times that.
Oh. Yeah, that we don't have, and that we're not going to get.
No. So the alternative would be the oils and the unguents.
Which I'm sure we don't have.
Sure we don't.
Argon, you received that sending.
Oh, God.
One moment.
Oh.
As you come to that knowledge base, for the briefest of moments, the storm seems to pull away and rays of sunshine start to break through the clouds above your heads. Go ahead, Argon.
You guys remember Miriam and I can't remember his other brother's name, the one that actually came to the game.
Bernie.
You guys remember Miriam and Bernie?
Mm-hmm.
They somehow managed to sick something on Trent and kill him, or at least his current mortal body.
Sorry, what?
Well, shit.
Say that one more time for me.
They managed to take out Trent. I don't know how long that lasts. Well, I know, Joey, because I have done a lot of research on liches and
Oh, you've done a
phylacteries.
tremendous amount of research on it. For a very accurate number, I need an Arcana check. For a relative number, I can give you one.
I'll roll Arcana.
Yeah.
36.
The number of phylacteries he had or has is how long it would take him to process and come back. In addition to that, you're also dealing with the fact that supposedly some of them are destroyed. So if he would try to come back to one of the destroyed ones first, it might even go further than that. You estimate at minimum there's 7 days with no Trent.
All right, so we have at least 7 days without Trent. I definitely think at that point we stay here one day.
Yeah.
Oh, God, but how do we deal with Fordrum? I don't want to just leave him dead.
Yeah.
If
there is a town nearby, but it's probably one of the worst places for us to go in the Empire right now.
What were you
going to say? We go the oils route. I only need 1,000 gold worth of stuff. There's a caveat, of course, but I don't think we're going to find as many diamonds as I need.
Well, the only way we'll find the diamonds is if we break the big one, and that's on the ship.
And that ain't coming into the Empire.
Even if it did, it would take weeks for it to get into the Empire.
That's also true. I think there is a town near here that might have the stuff Capriccio needs for the other spell. Honestly, it's possible they might have the diamonds, but we'd have to steal them from the Empire.
Well, I have no problem with them farting the bill for the fact that they killed him, but...
True, but I'm just saying, Hupperduke's kind of one of their big weapons building facilities.
Hupperduke, where they built the siege weapon at?
Like, we're going to want to go there and fuck shit up, but it's also probably one of their best defended locations in the Empire. Probably.
Well, here's the thing. If we go the oils route, we have 10 days. So, if we want to do that, we have 10 days. Otherwise, it will have to be the diamonds, and it's 25,000 gold worth of diamonds.
Yeah. Okay, if we have 10 days, I'd say there's about 2 other cities we could go to that are within that. After that, I don't know. There might be some small towns, but I doubt they have what we're looking for.
I just don't know these towns all that well, but everything's so locked down and everything's been stripped in most of these cities anyways.
Well, there actually is technically a 4th city that's nearby, but fuck no.
What's that?
Rexentrum.
Oh, yeah, no, fuck no.
Yeah, I'm willing to take a risk or two, but that is above any of our pay grade right now.
If that's our only choice, we'll teleport back to the Lyceum.
Well, like I said,
find another way back into the Empire.
we could try to sneak around Hupperduke, and then if we can manage to bring Fordham back right away, we might be able to start wrecking into shit.
But how long will it take us to get to Hupperduke, Braska?
Up and over
On
the
foot,
mountain, 3 days.
Up and over the mountains, 3 days.
And that's the close by one. The other ones would be far enough that we'd be cutting it close on that 10-day limit.
So is our better option to camp here for the night, go check there tomorrow, and phylactery or not, leave the Empire and go to where we know people that can help us get some of the supplies that Capriccio needs?
I think so.
I think if we have a week of no trend, that's...
I know. The practical part of me thinks that the week of no Trent is a great time to be in the Empire. But I've spent the last few years traveling with Fordham. Part of me...
No, I agree. I definitely want to help Fordham as quickly as we possibly can. I think spend the night here, go back into the swarm to check out the phylactery situation, then spend 4 days getting to Hupperduke, and if we can't find what we need quickly in Hupperduke, we teleport out and call it then. Well, we still have a couple days left to spend on Fordham, but I think that's strategically our best call.
Have you ever been to Hupperduke?
God, no.
Have you been close to it?
Well, maybe not God, no.
So, Hupperduke is an area that if you ever step foot close to it one time, Braska, because of your destructive antics, you would be labeled as a kill on sight if they ever see you on the territory ever again. Because you destruction can lead to the entire city being toppled down and destroyed. Just on accident.
They do like to spend their nights partying there.
So, yes.
In light of that, I might actually have to reevaluate my position there, just because my presence does kind of drive up the risk factor a few notches there. I think your plan's probably better. Spending a day to go check out phylactery situation than getting the hell out of the Empire.
We have a week, or sorry, not a week. At this point, well, yeah, we do. We have a week without Trent. So at this point, I would be willing to risk teleporting back in and Capriccio wind walking us as far from that location as possible immediately. Because at that point, we're scattered. They know we came in, but the most immediate threat that would have been able to teleport in is out.
Zurazar will speak up.
Yeah, that plan sounds good.
Did you not spend a lot of time in the Empire? Do you have any friends or allies? Bygone enemies of your enemy? Anything?
Well, sort of. Mostly just drinking buddies. And even then, there's a lot of people who'd probably be angry with me on sight.
The only real allies I had have already been thrown in jail as traitors because they wanted to seize their mine. And there's a few mages I met for the brief time that I attended the Sorceress Academy, but none that I would expect to help me.
Just correcting Solstice Academy, but yes.
Sorry, Sorceress Academy.
You're fine. Sorceress Academy is a completely different thing.
Yeah, yes.
Well,
Because the only other ones that we really would have had would have been Corvus's family, and we already know they are all either on the run or in prison. Those are the only ones I knew well enough that I would have trusted to hide us.
Well.
Other than Fordrum's friend that was in Zadash, but I wouldn't want to bring this down on her. I don't know that she's got the power to do anything anyways. I think she was just like I only met her briefly.
Who?
When I first started this game, they were
Janet?
staying with a tiefling. No, not Janet.
Oh, okay.
There was a tiefling in Zadash.
Tiefling in Zadash.
It might have been Allfield actually. No.
Oh, maybe I'm sorry. You're right. Allfield. Sorry, not Zadash.
Okay, Allfield's a lot different.
Yeah, there was a tiefling in Allfield that we were staying at the house of.
Oh, yes. She was the wife of the mayor who was being persecuted and y'all saved.
Right. That's the only other person I even remember, but I didn't know her well. And I don't know how well Fordrum did, to be honest. I just know he knew her.
Oh, Janet was definitely as indifferent to you as she always is.
Why? You're too dead to be horny.
There's no way I could go to Janet without... Oh, God. Fordrum would love it if Janet was there when we brought him back to life, but...
Yeah. And Janet did work for one of the other archmages.
Yeah. I vaguely remember being set against him. But...
Set against who?
Trent. Wasn't she kind of against Trent when we got arrested?
History check. I know, your favorite.
Oh.
21.
Respectable. Jenna Irasor, the youngest of the assembly members. And she was directly a bane to him. She did not like him, did not trust him, didn't trust his antics. And she directly aided you all in escaping the Empire the first time. She is the Archmage of Industry. Also, in charge of... Well, she is the Archmage who's usually seen around the Crisvale Thicket and Hupperduke. Because industry.
That's the most powerful person I know in the Empire.
Other than Trent, but yeah.
Yes.
Well, the most powerful person we know of who we don't know immediately wants to put a boot up our ass.
Now, there's even a chance she could be an ally, but it would be a hell of a risk.
Yeah.
She could make things a heck of a lot easier, though.
Or a hell of a lot harder.
Yes. But I think that's a question for after this. So my vote is one day here, check to see if we can find the phylactery. If not, well, whether we do or not, we leave and go deal with Fordrum. With trying to get Fordrum back. Because I've already had 2 friends drop that souls didn't want to return. So I know he's not the type to leave things incomplete, but I also know that as dedicated as he was to his god, he will have a hard time convincing himself to leave his side.
I
What's-
agree.
What's your vote, Braska?
Same. Check for the phylactery and then skedaddle.
Capriccio, are you good with that? Do you have something else you want to try?
I mean, I really want to focus on bringing Fortran back, but I guess the practical thing would be to, search for the phylactery first, and then we can do that.
If it's not done, if it's still up when we get there, we leave. I'm not
Yeah.
sitting and waiting. But Fordrum would not be happy with us if
If he
We
died
left-
for nothing.
he died for
Like-
nothing, or if he found out that we never even went and looked. That we went all the way through this and then just immediately abandoned it for the sake of bringing him back.
Okay.
The rest of us would have wanted that, but not Fordrum.
Is there any way we'd be able to teleport right back to here? Because being able to hit Hupperduke quickly would actually be really good.
I can teleport us here.
Oh, can you? Oh yeah, because you'll have a tree or something.
There's lots
Right.
of trees.
Also, if we sleep here, I can bring us back.
I don't know that will count because we're going to be sleeping in a demi-plane.
Please stand by.
That may require a Joey ruling.
Oh yes, where you finish a long rest on your current plane of existence.
Yeah, and we're
Demi-plane
technically
would
in
be
a demi.
the plane of existence. Unless y'all want to sleep out here.
Yeah,
we
that
could-
I'm not willing to risk.
While they have a shit ton of people hunting you down. The majority of which
Yeah.
are fodder, but they are enough to stop you from resting.
I mean, do you have a tiny hut?
I do, but that still leaves us very heavily exposed.
Because if you put up a tiny hut, I can also put up a hearth. Just a thought, because if we can teleport back to where we slept, that's a free teleportation. There is no spell slot involved.
How much do we want to risk? I mean, I guess if all else fails, I can always put up the mansion if they get to us. Because once I close the door, it becomes invisible. And they can't enter the demi-plane.
I think it's worth the risk to try to set this up as a re-entry point.
Okay.
Could
I'm fine with it.
Could we maybe do some kind of survival check or something to find an alcove or like a hidden spot, since we're in like the mountains or something like that, or like a cave?
Sure.
Braska, why don't you look? I will help Braska. I am trained in survival, so I'll give Braska advantage.
Perfect.
All right. 23.
Well, you know that if you head higher up into the mountain, where it'll be incredibly cold, precarious, some people might need magical assistance to get up that high just to be able to do it. But if you can manage to do that, there are entryways into the mountain where they would, well, a while ago, have griffin riders come in to drop off miners to get a bunch of rare metals and such.
Capriccio, do you think you could go find one? If you could find one, I can get me and Braska there.
Find what exactly?
The entrances that Braska says he thinks are
Yeah.
higher up the mountain.
I can find them. I don't have to climb.
Yeah, because you could. Yeah, that's why I'm asking, because you could
Yeah.
fly. I can get me and Braska there for sure, but there's only so much time. I could do fly, but it only lasts for 10 minutes. And so if we're searching, there's a chance that it will end. Your flight is perpetual.
Yeah.
All right. So go ahead and roll me an investigation roll, Capriccio.
Sure.
Whew, that's a 9. Flying higher, you start to feel some of the winds whipping and whirling around this area. The storm is still somewhat overhead, but it is causing it to be a lot more difficult. It takes you about an hour to find anything that looks somewhat reasonable. Let me roll another investigation roll for the enemy. What was your thing? 23, Braska?
Yep.
Okay. Well, after about an hour, Capriccio comes back, and you think you found entries, but you're not positive. You kind of just kept getting whipped up and whirled around.
Yeah, that makes sense. I'm at 10 hit points, so like
Yeah, you're being careful. You're not.
I'm not in a state to fight the wind. But yeah, I'll come back and I'll be like, I think I've found something. It's difficult. I'm extremely tired.
I'm sure it's what we need. I will then burn a 7th level spell slot to cast fly. I might as well cast it on all of us.
Yeah. In case Capriccio gets their
it-
wings clipped.
Yeah, well, it's faster than Capriccio's native flight anyways, because it's 60 feet.
Nice. Alrighty, so fly. Whoop, and you lead them back over to the area that you were looking at. It's not pretty. The mouth into the cave itself looks to be maybe 10 feet wide, and it descends into the mountain a good 20 or so feet, and luckily it looks completely abandoned at this point in time. All of the mining tools have been taken. All of the gems and records have been taken as well. Of course, they are funding their war right now, so they probably don't keep people mining just statically. It'll be uncomfortable. It'll be stormy and rainy directly on top of you all until you get everything up, but it'll be safe enough unless they want to fly or climb up a mountain a couple of 500 feet or so in order to get inside.
The weather plays to our advantage, so that's fine.
Yeah. All right, then I will ritually cast the hut.
All right.
Yep, and I will put up the hearth.
Alrighty, you both do that. Watches?
I'll take first.
I'll take second.
How many are we doing?
I'm assuming we can let Zurazar do it one, Joey.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, so 4.
I'm not initiating any of his rolls.
No, yeah, no,
Party
and
does,
that's-
so yeah.
Oh, I'll take the last one because I don't have dark vision.
Okay. Well then, Braska, roll. $14. Argan.
Just a second. Let me open a character sheet because I am not going to do it because I don't have dark vision either. So Otis will do it instead.
Okay. Otis has advantage.
Yes, he should have. I can't roll it with. He's got a +3 to perception.
21.
So 21.
Third watch was Zurazar. Can you roll for
Yeah.
him, Capriccio? Thank you.
Yes. And the last one is mine.
Alrighty. Argon.
Mm-hmm.
During your watch, Otis descends downwards and will telepathically communicate to you that there appears to be griffin riders rotating around the mountain range right now. Some of them at higher elevations.
Okay. I'll just tell him to, try and keep track of them, but try and, don't like pursue them. Just fly natural.
Okay.
But I will tell Zurazar when I go to sleep if nothing happens during my watch. I'm not going to wake anyone.
Roll me a stealth check for your bird. It's an owl right now, correct?
Yeah, it's an owl.
All right. Let me look up something.
Stealth +3 as well. Ugh. 7. Stop.
And it's a
Can
barn owl, correct?
Yeah. Could I chronal shift my own? No, mine would have been like a snow owl or something because of
A snow owl.
the hole.
Goliath.
Can
Yeah,
I-
yeah. That's important.
I'll chronal shift my own familiar because I have one use of it left.
All right, up to a 16.
Yeah.
Let me look at their perception. Disadvantage because of the storm. Damn. Definitely didn't beat that. At one point in time, Otis seems to draw the attention of one of the griffins and decides to tunnel their way over towards the mountain's peak where there's a little bit of snow higher up than where you all are, not exactly on your same peak that you're in. And when it goes and investigates around, the griffin rider ends up pulling it away since all of these peaks are too sheer. And when Otis gets back, it'll communicate to you that, that griffin wanted to eat him, but he managed to draw him further away.
Good work, Otis.
Now, on to the other one. Fordrum.
Yeah.
As you are working at the kiln,
Mm-hmm.
you can...
Kiln?
Oh, sorry,
Forge.
at your forge. You see your god who walked back over towards this large, ornate, beautiful pool of water that is in the center of all of this and seems to be encapsulated, watching something happening elsewhere. It's the same thing that he had you peer through to look at your allies for a moment to know if they won the battle or not.
Hmm. Well, I'm definitely wander over there and. What are you looking at?
Oh,
Peek in.
I'm a little invested right now. And when you look in, you see the tiny hut that is over top of your allies as they're huddled together inside of some type of mountain right now. And Argon seems to be taking a watch for once, keeping watch out at everything happening.
Hmm.
You also see the owl flying around with the griffin riders actively hunting down your allies. I'm just
And just sort of look
keeping
at him.
tabs.
Do spells pass through this? Oh, never mind.
Some. Only the most powerful ones can always send a sign.
And a sign?
Aye. Most people don't know how to read the signs themselves, but usually we can drop something. They're not worshippers, so the veil stops us from communicating with them directly.
My sending used to go through some, well, never mind.
Well, unfortunately, when you're here, I can't really give you any more of your magic that you had while you were alive, but what you currently have is what you got.
Yeah.
If you're willing to try it, it's up to you, but those are the last sendings you'll be able to send if you aren't brought back or go back.
Just for a point of clarity, they're in the tiny hut and not in the in the mansion?
No, they are not in the mansion. They're in the tiny hut.
Okay. And I
As
can
well
tell-
as the Hearth of Moonlight and Shadow, but yeah. Yeah, you can tell. From this vantage point, you can see all of the magic around them, and it's as clear as day to you since you're familiar with it.
Right, and I can tell that. Can I tell if the Griffin Riders see it?
The Griffin Riders are patrolling right now. They're definitely not looking directly at the enemies or at your allies, but they are patrolling the area looking deliberately for them.
Yeah. How many hours, like what time of day is it? Can I tell that?
You look around, and you can't really see or like try to estimate, but you can feel that it feels late into the evening, at least a few hours inwards.
Yeah. I'm gonna use a 4th level spell to send ascending
Okay.
to probably. Well, you said Argon's on watch right now?
Argon is awake right now, yes.
Yeah. I don't want them to wake up.
Oh, I just made a mistake. I tried opening up a wizard's character sheet.
No.
Why would you do that?
I don't know. So, Fordrum, before you hit send,
Yep.
I am going to roll a d20. You have a 1%, you have a 5% chance of this failing. Okay. It goes through. you're on Elysium. It's a different plane.
Can I see the battle area zone?
They seem to be pretty far away from that area.
I know. Is
But
there any way to like?
When you touch the water, you kind of like it's kind of like a touch screen where you drag and it starts moving. Yeah.
So
And
I'm
you
gonna
can zoom in and
drag
zoom
over.
out.
I just want to drag over to the swamp again and see if I can see a little glowing black dot where there might be the right on where there might be the phylactery.
All right. You scroll through. Roll me an investigation, please.
Oh, one of my strong suits, huh?
Yeah.
Well, since I can, I'm going to use my game inspiration.
Okay.
Fuck yeah.
8.
Rolled 9 for 8. Awesome.
Getting used to the touch screen of this bowl of water is very cerebral. You would need Argon to explain it to you, as you usually do.
Yeah. I keep going this way thinking that goes up, and it just keeps going down, and I'm like, motherfuck. I eventually get frustrated and just turn to the Allfather and go, can I just look at the battle area? I just want to make sure that thing is dead.
He'll go over and move his hand across it as fluidly as a 4-year-old child could use one.
As he should.
Yeah. But yes, you look down at the area and you see that there is something magical that registers there, and it is powerful and is necromantic, and it's right next to the location where you died.
Yeah. All right, let me count my words. 1, 2, 3. Okay. All right.
All right. Argon, as you are sitting there, these words begin filling your mind, and it feels the same as every time you've received sending, except it feels a lot further away. Like the distance it traveled causes it to break up a little bit. Go ahead, read it, Fortune.
Argon? There's Griffin riders searching the range. Lay low. Remember the bounty hunters in Rexentrum. Powerful necromancy still at the site.
Thank you, Braska. There.
I'm not sure you can correct spelling on ascending, but
If anyone could, a wizard.
Or the most powerful druid.
yes,
Barbarian in the world.
Braska now has the ability to break the fourth wall.
In his
He's
sleep.
become that powerful.
Only in his sleep. Only in
I
his sleep.
think Braska should be the one to cast reincarnate. I'm just saying. I bet he could.
I hate to steal that from you, though. You know.
That's your thing. Roscoe
From the
puts him in the
restaurant.
ground. You take him back out. It's your thing.
You know, like a little circle of life.
Well, that was more of a line.
Well,
That's very direct.
Let me count letter words here. Go! One word long. There we go. I can get rid of that word. Nobody needs the word it. It's a completely optional word.
Depends if it's a composition, it works.
Do we have to roll, Joey, to see if my response goes back?
No.
Okay.
It's only when you send ascending, not when you
Okay.
send. Well, yeah, it's only when you. Actually, yeah. There's no way he wouldn't receive it where he's at, anyways.
Okay. Argon will respond. We will bring you back. Sorry, we'll take time. Have to get phylactery, or this was for nothing. We'll understand if you want to stay.
Fordrum, your mind is filled with those words that you can hear him speaking through the bowl of water you are peering into.
I'm gonna burn up all your slots on sendings.
Yep. Oh, that's not. Pretend that didn't go through yet. I'm not done.
Okay.
I was trying to make a space and I hit the wrong button. Sorry.
I mean, he's dead. What else does he have going on?
Right? I could just type all day here.
Yeah. Damn.
Just spend
Well,
all day just doing sendings till he runs out of spell slots. Stupid sending word counts.
I know.
It's the hardest part of the spell.
It is. 1, 2, 3, 4.
What word is optional?
you can also contract have to down to must.
There, that's what actually comes through. You hear a sort of resolved voice of Fordrum's go, I don't matter. Sort me out when you can. Give my love to the rest, and I'll be here when you call. Take care of.
Way to time that one out, Fordrum.
Hey, Joey, I'll ask the Allfather. Hey, and I pointed at a place like somewhere, what I think is many kind of far away from sort of everything, but sort of where it would be visible to them.
Mm-hmm.
And I go, how many hours out of the way do you think this would take them? Like these riders?
He'll move over. Griffins are pretty fast creatures, but covering that distance on a forced march, maybe 2.5 hours to get there, 3 hours to get back from fatigue, give or take.
And if I just threw something down there for them to sort of fight, that would probably move their whole investigation over to that area, right?
If you can bring something that they would notice was conjured into their realm, they would probably... who knows? I'm not allowed to interfere with mortals.
Well, it's a shame because it'd be in your image that I'd do it, so...
Whatever you feel is right. I can't tell you if it would or would not work, though.
Fair. So I'm going to see if it's dark now, or are there still little beams?
It's wee hours.
Yeah.
And with the storm, it's damn dark.
All right. So unless I'm mistaken, this thing would be a gleaming sword and shield emblazoned with the symbol of your body. So I'm thinking way over there, out of the way from where they actually are. I'm going to try and cast a Guardian of Faith down there so that they see this gleaming sword and shield in the distance and get completely distracted toward that.
When you zoom in on the location and toss it out right there,
Yeah.
you go back to where the riders are outside of the cave, and about 10 minutes go by without them seeming to be responsive until one of them cocks their head, whistles, and starts barking something out in Zemnian, and they all take off in that direction.
Beautiful.
Oh, would you look at that? It totally worked, he says without even looking.
I just sort of like, well, of course it did. Like, you knew it was going to, but yeah.
He's not allowed to say.
I know. Is there anything else you feel like I should probably throw down and do? I still got a flame strike in me.
Well, if you want to hit a few of them out in the sky, you could do that.
Oh, can I? I'm gonna wait till they get close to the...
Hey, yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Why not?
Right.
It's not divine intervention. He just walks back up to his forge.
As he walks away, I'm like, I'm not sure how to take that, but thanks. Kind of.
He laughs all the way away.
Yeah.
Yeah, loopholes, they're a beautiful thing. Anyways.
So anyhow, as they fly around, I've got 2 more spells, so I will throw down 2 flame strikes.
Alrighty. You do so, and the enemy is significantly battered and bruised. Griffin Riders are exceptional soldiers, sure, but they're still men on top of griffins high up in the sky getting struck down by radiant and fire energies.
Yep.
Not exactly a fun experience. But anyways, Argan, your watch finishes.
Okay.
You wake up Zorazar. Zorazar's watch goes by. Watches. And morning rolls around. The storm seems to have moved back in, but now, at least when you send Otis out to search again, it would appear that the riders have moved away from this location.
I'm going to check the weather forecast and cast Druidcraft.
Okay. Exceptionally stormy with 0 winds.
0 winds.
0 winds. Sorry, 1 mile an hour winds.
No.
So 0 winds. That's barely enough to push a leaf across the ground.
A nice breeze.
But incredibly stormy. Alrighty, everybody, you wake up and what are you doing?
I will tell everyone about the sendings from Fordrum last night.
Wait, what? What do you mean?
Fordrum evidently managed to send from beyond the veil. Or the gate, I guess it is, in this world.
Can't leave well enough alone.
Is that allowed? Does that happen?
Who cares? It happened.
I have no doubts it was him. He says there's still necromancy at the site and reminded me of the bounty hunters we saved in the tunnels. The ones his god specifically told us to save. Well, not specifically, but in a roundabout way, specifically told Fordrum to save. They were paladin, or at least one of them was a paladin of the lawbreaker, wasn't he?
Lawbearer, not breaker.
Lawbreaker.
The
Hey, that
lawbreaker.
depends on perspective.
All
Yeah,
these
true,
gods
true.
are debatable for me.
No, yeah, that's
So,
legit.
you know, it's kind of like all hammer, all father. It's kind of the same thing for the same god,
Same vibe.
as far as I'm concerned. As far as Argon's concerned. But God, Rexicum is a dangerous trip.
Especially for us, especially right now.
I say we continue with the plan that we had.
Agreed.
Yeah.
All right. So, you all said you want to go back to the site?
Yes.
All right. How are we getting down the mountain? Climbing?
Capriccio, do you want me to fly the other three down, or do you want to wind walk all of us down there? It's your choice.
Well, wind walk is 8 hours, so it's not like. Yeah, I mean.
It would be far more discreet than us flying down the mountain, but it's also a higher spell than me just flying us down there.
No, I mean, what would you need to get us all to fly?
A
What is
fifth
that?
level to give everyone but you a sixth if I want you to have the extra speed for the 10 minutes.
That wind walk is also a 6th,
Oh, okay.
so I would say that's an improvement, actually.
Well, there's
In
a
the same
lot of
slot.
there's a lot of improvement to using Windwalk to do it, but
Yeah.
I just didn't want to, offer up your spell slot without offering up one of mine.
No, please.
Traits?
I will cast the wind walk.
All right. Then all of you, what are you doing with Fordrum's body?
All right. Well,
Oh yeah.
I know this will harm your desire for pomp and beauty, Capriccio, but my best suggestion is just to store him in my demi-plane of drabness.
You know what? Argon offense is taken, not given. So I'm going to not take offense for what you just said to me.
expensive deacon.
You complained about my Debbie plane the last time I summoned it, about it being too boring.
Well, it was. There was nothing in there.
Well, now Fortram's going to be in there.
That's the safest place I can think to put him.
Yeah, that's probably a good call.
I'll just look away and you do whatever you want.
Okay. All right. Then I will summon the Debbie plane.
All right. And you have a nice comfy chair you can sit him in. And
Yes, we'll put Fortram in the chair since there's no other furniture.
Yeah.
Kick his feet up.
Yes, you're welcome. I put that chair in there, I'm pretty sure.
No, that's my floating chair.
That's
chair.
the chair.
It's the chair.
Oh.
And if
I
he
haven't been
were
able to
dead, he
put
wouldn't get to ride in
furniture.
it.
You haven't had a chance to sneak decorations in yet, so...
Yeah, I haven't been able to furnish it just yet. It's okay. We have a long time.
To be fair, you don't really have anything on hand to furnish with.
Humans are known for living a very long life. Wait. So, you all turn into your respective clouds and descend down the mountain. As you make your way over towards the barrier, you see that it is still there, the barrier, as well as that void energy that persisted all through it. When you get to the front, none of the Zemnians are anywhere near it. In fact, they have set up these warding chains around the perimeter to stop anybody from getting within 30 feet of that doorway. As well as their alarm spells. That's very easy for you all to see, but luckily you don't have to go past the alarms. You can just go high up into the sky, over, and then down. It doesn't go infinitely up into the air, but y'all do, so easy enough.
Yeah.
Once you touch down, you have to sit at the back of this barrier, as you can, even from that 30-foot distance, feel that void that is sucking you all in towards it, and it doesn't seem to have weakened at all. So, what are we doing, everybody? How are you getting into the pitch black void that seems to destroy everything that touches it?
We're gonna try and put a stick in it, see if it gets destroyed.
I was going to throw a rock.
Oh, throw a rock too.
Careful.
You pick
Not
up
your rock.
Just checking.
you pick up a stick, and as you toss it, and before it even touches it, it seems to disintegrate away into not even ash, nothing.
Oh, fuck.
What if that thing is what happens when a phylactery gets destroyed?
But that happened before we killed the spine, at the very least. It felt like it looked like the spine summoned that thing.
Oh no.
But I mean, we've only ever seen one phylactery destroyed, and it did not do anything anywhere near anything like this. I'm gonna try putting myself in a resilient sphere and slowly rolling the sphere up to it.
Okay. So the sphere is mobile, right?
Yeah, it's a hamster ball, basically. Because I have to surround myself in it. So I'm going to, like slowly walk my way towards it until I start seeing if it's eating away at the sphere.
Okay. As you are rolling up with the sphere, everyone else as well as you, start to notice that the void is sucking the spear in as well.
All right, I'll dismiss the spear. Get out. Get away.
All right. You dismiss the spear, and it's easier for you to move away than it is for the spear that can't grab onto anything to move away.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense.
But roll me a Arcana check.
I'm gonna burn game advantage. Unless this is a magic item, then I wouldn't have to burn it.
It is not a
Oh,
magic
what?
item. It is a magical effect.
I'm glad I burned it, because that made it a 33.
So that one.
The sphere was affected by it. However, it seemed to be affected much more slowly. It seemed to grab the sphere, not you inside of it, luckily, which means you would not be affected by it until it grabbed the sphere. And when the sphere got just barely close enough to touch the edge, it seemed to resonate with enough magical tension, like the sphere could hold up. It's a similar thing like when you put up a dome around you, a tiny hut, and say a giant starts smashing into it. Now, tiny huts can withstand a tremendous amount of damage, but there is a damage threshold that will cause you to waver in your ability to concentrate on it. Even though it's not a concentration spell, it's you who has to do this. We did this a very long time ago.
Yeah,
It looks
no, I
like the
get you.
sphere would act in the same manner, only to be destroyed probably a couple of minutes, few minutes in, or
Sphere only
until you
lasts a
lost your
minute
concentration.
anyways.
Well, until you lost your concentration as well. But
How far is it to where Fordrum fell?
10 minutes.
Okay, yeah, well, I can't do that. Because there's no way to increase the length of time on the sphere.
Yeah.
So what, do we leave this here and just check on it periodically?
I mean, that does seem to be the only real option we actually have.
Joey, is there a location version of scrying? Because scrying specifically says a creature.
Yes, and you would have to target a creature. Like the spine that was crawling through there that wasn't dead because it couldn't be killed.
Okay, well, yeah, I'd have to try it. I don't mean it for today.
Yeah.
Because I don't have scrying prepared, but...
How far do you think it is again?
About 10 minutes.
10 Argon minutes.
10 Argon minutes. So like 7 Braska minutes.
Well, how fast are you, Argon? 30?
30.
Braska, you're 50?
40.
40? So that's 60 and 80, so 20% off the top of 10. 8 minutes, give or take.
And the problem is you would have to be exposed for a little bit in order to pick up whatever's in there.
How long does your thing last?
1 minute.
So that would
And
be
I don't have-
7 minutes.
Yeah, I don't have a way to extend that. I have a way to give you a second and a third one. But that's the most I could do. I don't think you could make it in and back out, Braska.
Yeah. I can make it in for sure, but out's the hard part. Yeah, no, I think we're gonna just have to come back some other time.
Yeah. Well, I guess the good news is I don't think that he can resurrect at this one.
That's true. At least not until after this
This
dissipates.
dissipates.
Or if he can,
He would just be destroyed again in theory.
That is one of the possibilities on my die roll. Yeah.
Yeah, so this one, all right, so this is not, we can leave this one, we're just going to have to scry for it and see if we can catch it when it happens. Because Capriccio, you can bring us back here now, right? To the mountain at least.
I can bring us back to that cave.
Okay. Well, after today, I'll make sure that I prepare scrying. And...
I can scry.
Oh, okay. Well, then either one of us can scry for the... I guess while we're here, do you have scrying with you now? Can you do it now?
Yeah, it's part of my Walker in Dreams.
Oh, is it? Oh, so it's just a class ability for you.
Yeah, you can always be a voyeur.
Do you want to see if you can scry the creature?
Tree?
The
creature?
The spine.
Spine? Okay.
Because that you have to scry a creature, and that's the only creature I'm aware of that, in theory, could have survived in there.
Okay.
and
I
even
can.
then, that's a hell of a theory.
And it's
I can try.
Okay.
It'll take me 10 minutes, mind you.
that's fine, I think.
All right. So, roll scrying for me because I know its saving throw is dictated by your bullshit. You have heard of the target. Nope. Firsthand, you have met the target.
Yeah, that counts.
Yeah. Do you have a possession or garnet of the target?
No.
Do you have a body part of the target?
I don't know.
I
Okay.
checked through my beard hair just to make sure.
Roll me a D100. Let's see.
Is there enough of its blood on Fordrum's body to count?
Oh, it didn't bleed.
Well, he hasn't been.
77.
So.
Roll me an investigation, Argan, if you were actually going to check Forge Room. Nice.
Goodness.
Humans, man. Anyways.
You should just stay human. Are you
Evidently
sure
the
you don't
humans
want me to
sparked it.
reincarnate you, do you?
Yes, I'm
Kill
sure.
you.
So, the spear that it was striking with was made out of the tree-like substance and bark, and when you go to one of the wounds on Fordrum's chest and peel it open a little bit, you do see there's a piece of bark still in there.
Okay.
Yeah, get that out of me.
We'll take the bark out and hand it to Capriccio.
So that gives it a -10 to its save.
I'm also, while I'm in there, I'm going to grab my robes and put them in my pocket, or in my holding bag, in case we decide we need to go back to the Lyceum, and so I don't get incinerated for not being Argan.
Good call. Alrighty, so wisdom save?
Yeah.
-5 to this roll, but advantage.
Give me -10.
-10, thank you.
It doesn't matter.
0. You peer through your scrying orb. Or mirror. You use a mirror, right?
Well, I use my dreams. I don't have.
Oh. Well, then you take a quick power nap.
Me.
When you look through the swampland, you can't see anything around it, but you see the entity crawling, inching closer, like it's still trying to get out of there. It is moving slower than a snail, but it is still trying and trying and trying. The only thing you can see around it is the dirt. The hefty enough dirt that isn't sucked up into this void area. And it seems as if when you move in there, everything in there is being pulled towards that void. Everything
So is it
physical,
trying to
at
get
least.
away from the void, or it's trying to go towards the...
Insight check. Because it is going away from the void. Or the center, its origin point, right?
Yeah.
13. You can't sense its motivation. This is a creature that is enigmatic at best.
It's a weird fucker.
I wish I would have prepared a different spell. I now have an idea, but I don't have it prepared. Because I have anti-magic field, and that's centered on me, which means it moves and it lasts an hour.
Is it a ritual?
No, it's an
No.
8th level spell.
No, it's a fuck everything spell.
Yeah.
It stops everything that isn't 9th level or higher, or...
It stops everything except for artifacts, I think.
Okay. Your previous Arcana check, I can tell you right now, that would not work, because this effect is originating thanks to an artifact.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, then I'm glad I didn't try it.
Yeah, see, Argan already knew. Like, it's...
Argan already knew. Deep down, he knew there was nothing he could do.
Well, not nothing.
Well, Argan doesn't know what he can do.
That's fair.
Maybe I'll ask some people and see if anyone can come up with an idea.
Anybody ideas?
I met like other wizards.
Oh, okay. Wait, you don't trust Braska's
If
insight on the
any-
matter?
If Braska has an idea, I'm more than willing to try it. Don't take that the wrong way.
Yikes.
Or Capriccio. If any of them have an idea of something I
No,
can do,
it's
I'm
fine.
more than
I already
happy.
know your thoughts.
Yeah,
Don't worry about
whatever. All right. All right. Are we ready to go then?
You...
All right, time to leave, everybody.
What do you mean took the dome and pushed it somewhere else?
Like the dome with the void inside of it.
Oh, I don't think we can move.
It was
this dome.
it was a dumb joke
Oh,
idea.
okay. I'm gonna say, I think this thing is huge.
Uh,
I think huge is a few dozen
Yeah.
size categories below.
Yeah.
this
Yeah, I didn't
is...
mean huge as a
Hey,
size
hey,
category.
Don't worry. This void is just barely bigger than the size of a Tarask. It's not... Yeah. Actually, no. Tarasks aren't miles long, are they? Not anymore.
No.
No. They nerfed them. Boo.
All right.
Don't worry. I have my
So-
own Tarasks.
We didn't really discuss this. Where are we going?
It's a good question.
I have two suggestions. One, I'm heavily torn on positive and negative for going there.
I also have two suggestions. Either
Sure.
I don't care.
What are your two suggestions, Brosco?
Vasselheim
Okay.
and Marquette.
Why Marquette?
Because they have a lot of stuff. We'd be able to buy what we need probably fairly easy, as they haven't had their supplies drawn into the war here.
That is a valid point, and I had not thought of that. My two were Whitestone, because we have allies in Whitestone, and I believe that's where the ship is, which means that's where the diamond is.
True.
The other is the Lyceum. That's the one I'm not sure if I want to go to, because I don't know that I want to tell Fordrum's family until
That's,
after this is done.
Yeah, I
That is a
think we
strong point
shouldn't
of
tell
contention.
them, especially when we plan to bring him back.
Yeah. Okay.
We-
Good. So
we don't
we're on
want
the
to be
same
like-
page with that.
Your child's dead, but also not anymore. 5 minutes later.
I'll also say for Vasselheim, all those godly people there. Someone's got to be able to do this.
Well, Capriccio said you could do it.
I can do it.
What's the difference, Capriccio, between the $25,000 worth of diamonds and the $1,000 worth of rare oils and unguents or whatever they are?
What's $1?
What's the effective difference between the two spells? Just like the amount of time. But I know the difference. Argan does not. That's why he's asking.
Well, they take the same amount of time. However, if we get the diamonds, I just bring him back after the hour. Okay. If we go with the oils, well, how do I put this? Well, he
New
probably
Argan, who
won't
dis?
be a dwarf anymore. I would have to grow him a new body.
And you can't grow him a dwarven body?
Nope.
Who did?
You know what? Actually, Joey,
Yeah?
out of character.
Yeah.
I want to make the argument that reincarnate says, which likely causes the creature's race to change, but I have the entire body. I don't have just a part, I have the entire body.
All right, let me read. You touch the dead humanoid or a piece of the dead humanoid, provided that the creature has been dead no longer than 10 days. The spell forms a new adult body for it and then calls the soul to enter that body. If the target's soul isn't free or willing to do so, the spell fails. The magic fashions a new body. The magic fashions a new body for the creature to inhabit, which likely causes the creature's race to change. Yeah, so you still have to roll.
Yeah, there's
So
a...
the word
there's a-
likely is just because you could potentially roll the same race.
You could, yeah.
Yes.
And it is a much higher possibility. I mean, it is twice as probable of rolling for dwarf than anything else.
Yeah,
Individually.
there's a pretty good chance he's not going to be a dwarf.
What's he gonna be?
Literally anything else in
Oh.
existence, maybe. Humanoid, definitely. Beyond that,
It's up to the whimsy of the Fae court.
Oof.
That's where your magic stems from, right? The world and the Fae.
yeah. But it will be humanoid. It's not that he's going to reincarnate into an ooze. There's just a lot of different types of humanoid, you know?
Isn't that an anime? I was reincarnated as an ooze.
No, slime.
Slime, thank you.
I could polymorph him into a dwarf after he gets resurrected. Maybe we just do that really fast. He doesn't know the difference.
True polymorph. Well, I mean, yeah.
Well, the thing is, if we
go
take
ahead.
him to Vasselheim, they should have what they need to resurrect him as is, probably.
Well, he's been dead for a bit. I think they could resurrect him, but he would be kind of indisposed for some time.
That's not such a big deal.
Yes, but we only have 1 week of grace without
That's
dealing
a
with
good
Trent.
He would need most of that to recover.
Both of your spells take a full day?
No, 1 hour.
Oh, they both take an hour. I actually thought resurrection was a full day, but I could be wrong. Oh, not reincarnate. Sorry, not resurrection.
Nah.
Oh no, it's 1 hour. Okay.
Yeah, 1 hour. RNGesus take the wheel.
Yep. True resurrection is almost 1 hour.
It's only when you try helping out plants that it takes a day.
Well, they need time to grow.
Well, either way, I suggest, in that case, this is just Marquette, because that's probably our best bet for getting the supplies.
I mean, it's not just any oils and unguents. I need rarer oils. So, yeah, Marquette would probably have some.
That sounds
Of
like
what I need.
exactly the sort of shit they'd have.
Yeah.
All right. So is that what we're doing?
Yeah.
I vote.
All right.
Okay.
Then, Argon. Or
Yeah.
Capriccio. Both of you could get you over there. Capriccio, you know trees out there. You spent... That's where the party met you.
Yeah.
So either of you could do it. You just need to... Well, you guys have a piece of Volstrucker, right?
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah,
just making
somewhere.
sure.
We got one from the one version of the number 2s.
Yeah.
Back when it was 2 number 2s instead of, I think they're like 4 deep in the number 2s by now.
Well, you keep killing two, so...
I know.
Yeah. Well, we
Well,
slept
maybe
here,
it'll
so
stop making twos.
I can bring us back immediately without a spell slot.
Right, but if you teleport into the Empire without the Volstrucker rune, you're instantly vaporized.
Oh, yeah.
So that's why I was making sure, you guys.
Yes.
Okay. And you also have to have the rune and invigorate it with a first level healing spell.
Yeah, we had done that, or did we have to keep doing that?
No, you only have to do it the one time every time you're moving.
Oh, every time we're moving. Okay.
Yeah. So teleport in, teleport out. If you don't want the possibility of paste, first level spell slot, cure wounds, healing word, whatever.
Okay.
Yeah, that would have to be me because I don't think Argon has healing.
I don't.
Yeah.
Well, but hopefully Fortrum would be back by then.
Hopefully. Well then, with you tree striding everybody away and dropping that first level spell to invigorate. Oh yeah.
Before he tree slides, I need to do ascending.
Okay.
What's that Jack Butt's name?
You really have to narrow it down for me.
The guy that follows us around every time we go to Marquette.
Yadali?
That sounds right.
Sounds right. I don't have those notes out right now because I also forgot about Marquette.
With his buddies, Faye and Lotang.
Yep. Faye, Lotang, and
Yeah.
Udali.
All right, so
So am I taking us there, or are you?
yes,
He's
I
sending
don't care. It's
first.
up to you. I'm doing ascending first so that we're on a watch list.
For all major cities. To be fair, you're all, at this point, individually a minimum of a citywide threat. Within 1 hour, you could destroy a city if left unsupervised.
We're level
Especially me.
17. We're kind of demigods. Individually.
Oh, you want to say that?
Yeah.
You want to say that in my game? Okay.
yes, I
All
just did.
Let me adjust all of the challenge ratings real quick.
But where exactly
Ben.
are we going, Capriccio? Do you know the exact tree?
Yes and no, kind of.
Just make up some bullshit. It's all you.
Yeah, but just make something up. I just like a rough, outside this tavern or outside Zurazar's old brothel that he ran, or I don't really care.
So where exactly do we want to go?
We're going into Oncorel.
Oh.
Boop, boop.
Oh, yeah, I can take us inside the city.
Yeah.
So
I'm gonna tell him exactly where we're landing. Is really what I was getting at, Joey.
So River District, Cerulean Palace, or the Sigil District. Those are kind of where you can land.
I would say the River District.
Okay. Well then,
It's pretty.
you prepare your sending, you do your tree stride, you do your cure wounds. Dolly, this is Argon. We are coming in town to get supplies. We'll be arriving in River District shortly. And then you immediately walk through a tree. And we're going to go on break, everybody. Bear
You
back.
can't say I didn't send him advance warning.
We're back. Anyways, as you all teleport, arriving inside of the River District, you look around at the open area, the trees that are being blown around by the deserted winds, the unnatural aspect of these trees even residing here. If it wasn't for the careful caretaking of the grove itself out here, it probably wouldn't even exist. Not all of these exotic trees, at least. And you arrive, and from the starting point, you are unsupervised.
Capriccio, you would have a better idea of where to get what you need.
I have a strong urge to just go for a walk.
Enthusiastic walk?
I take other kinds.
Also, just out of curiosity, because I'm looking at this map, is this city built on like a mesa or something?
On a mesa? Yeah.
That's what it looked like. Okay.
Or sorry, no. It is built within a large upraised platform where a mountain used to reside.
Pretty sure that's a mesa.
Is that what a mesa is? Okay.
It's like a raised platform and the top is flat.
I'm not a geometrist, okay? It's
I hate you.
Anyways.
Before we get started,
Okay.
I'm gonna cast Foresight on myself, and I'm going to spend 1 meta magic point to extend it to 16 hours.
All right, nice.
So, Capriccio, why don't you and Braska get started on the shopping? Just let me know roughly where you're going, and I will wait here for you, Dolly.
Okay. Would I have an idea where?
That is
where
what we
to
are
do the
hoping
shopping
for. An idea. Give me a history check. You have advantage because
I
of foresight.
remember the last time we were here.
Do you?
I remember that there was stuff in the Suncut Bazaar
Uh-huh.
for shopping. Let's see. I have the old woman who makes rugs.
Yeah.
Some carnival dude. No, that's later.
That's later. We'll see them later.
In the middle here, I have one name that stands out to me: Zasky Peacock, and I have no idea who that is. I just
That was the dude who beat the shit out of you in the beating you up contest game thing. You remember you were like, yeah, I'll let people beat me up for money. And
oh yeah,
he's the one that actually beat you the fuck up.
Here's the blacksmith, I think.
Yep.
Oh, that's someone I could talk to.
All right. But
And
for the
we
materials
probably
you're looking for, Capriccio, you can't think of any off the top of your head. However, you do know back at the brothel, you did have, you had a Rolodex of preferred customers that all had various dealings, backgrounds, trade salesmen, stuff like that, you know? So you might be able to find out who you're looking for through that.
I mean, we have Suruzar here. He's the one that handled the contacts.
Yeah, but I'm not having him do stuff unless you tell him to. So are you telling him to?
I'm telling him to. Of course I am.
Fine, I'll go do it. And he walks away.
I'll follow him.
So,
Go with him.
Argan, you waiting here for about an hour. Eventually, you do see Yadali appear, and he smiles in your direction as he takes a couple of looks around and clearly notices you're by yourself. Is this a vacational occasion?
No, hopefully we won't be here more than a day at most.
We.
Oh,
Who?
some of my friends already went in to go shopping. So
He'll raise his hand, and a bird flies out from his sleeve and goes flying off to go look for them.
they were heading to the bazaar. We can go walk that way.
Very well. Actually, he wouldn't recognize you right now. So.
Oh no, he wouldn't. I forgot about that.
Yeah,
Uh-oh.
never mind. So
Well,
you see
I will
Yadali
go-
walking around looking for a
So
giant
I
in
will
a
go-
wheelchair.
So I will go up to Yadali.
Yeah.
Yadali.
Do I know you?
Yes, I'm Argan. I
Oh.
know I don't look my normal self, my normal dashing self, but certain actions have required me to look different in my last location, and I haven't undone that change.
Roll me persuasion.
Oh God.
Human.
Are humans charismatic? They are not.
10's not bad. 10's
To be
not
fair,
bad.
not bad.
No.
To be fair, neither are Goliaths.
Well, that's true.
Yeah. He looks you up and down a couple of times, and then, you know what? I can kind of see it. And then, fast forward the conversation. You're walking away. Blah blah blah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I
So.
keep forgetting I'm not Argan right now.
Yeah, it's a blessing and a curse.
Curse.
Yeah, because if you teleport to the Lyceum like this,
Right. I will get incinerated.
yeah. Anyways, you know, we've been a little. We've been expecting you all to come back here.
Really? Why?
Well, seems like the logical explanation. Many individuals of this realm have not warranted the ability to travel here and, well, have such a free, open reign when they are actually invested in foreign affairs and the war that is ongoing, like you and your allies do.
What can I say? We made a good impression with the wrong people.
He will pivot in the streets and, like, loom over top of you. You're not bringing something onto my doorstep, are you?
I am not.
He'll look you
We
deep
are
in your
mi-
eyes.
We are merely here to pick up supplies, and then we are leaving. I have no intention of bringing the war to Ank'Harel. Or your continent, for that matter.
Intention or not, is it a possibility?
The only person that would be actively looking for us is currently incapacitated for the next week. And we will be gone long before he is able to have any attempt to come look for us.
Very well. Also, you wouldn't have to know anything about a new draconic presence over in Wildmount, do you?
A draconic presence?
No, you are not aware. Okay.
No, I have not.
We would emphasize how important it is that they are not interfered with until we can conduct a thorough investigation.
Why so interested in a dragon in Wildmount, Yadali?
Look at what happened last time ancient dragons appeared.
Well, fair, but that didn't come here, did it? I thought that was limited to Tal'Dorei.
It was because we took special interest in ensuring. And it also did affect your continent a little bit, the city of Draconia.
Oh, it affected my continent heavily.
Well, I meant Wildmount.
Oh, Wildmount.
Draconia, the city fell.
Oh.
Yes. So, after walking for a while, you notice that outside are the other two goons. Capriccio, as soon as one of them arrives, Faye, who is a wood elf individual. You recognize them as a regular of this establishment. Never partook in personal requests of anybody, but always enjoyed the more public shows that would happen, and drinks, on their days off, of course.
I mean, I did both of those, so...
Yeah, just emphasizing that this one you haven't fucked.
Challenge
But-
accepted.
The leader of the individuals that directly serve the ruler of this entire city, he is a Hand of Ord. Udali steps in as well, and, well, the other two are his clear henchmen and are also members of the Hand of Ord, but Udali is noted as one of the more fierce protectors of this city, so he's kind of a big deal when he steps in. Have Zuazar roll an investigation roll.
Let me open his sheet again.
Broska, pleasure to see you again. You have oh, he doesn't have advantage.
Hey, sup?
If that's a failure, I'll have it re-roll it with a sorcery point.
Have him re-roll it. It's a partial success, but it's like a first tier partial success.
Yeah.
21. That's a much better success. You are looking for Deolit. Deolit runs a very shady shop in town that is the traffic point for a lot of illegal, illicit goods that, well, this establishment uses and many other people utilize, but stays out of the public eye, of course.
Okay.
And he will walk over and express, we are heading over to Deolit's establishment. I don't understand it.
Jojo.
I've never seen it.
Doesn't matter.
Okay. That's another one of those animes I will not invest the time into.
I get
That's
it
fair.
only because I've seen the meme. I've never
Yeah.
seen the show, but I have
I've seen the
meme.
first season, but out.
Yeah, I can't. Anyways. So, he expresses, yes, we're looking for a Deolit. And Yudali will look over. Really? What does Deolit have that all of you need? Capriccio, you are fully aware that the Hand of Ord is aware of what happens in the city, but it is still a very illegal thing that Deolit does. Of course, if anybody's going to have these rare exotic materials, it's them. And if anybody's going to be able to trade it to you, it's also them. So the Hand of Ord's kind of in your way right now.
Oh, we're just looking for some exotic oils.
Really? And a simple herbs merchant would have them? He raises his eyebrow.
Don't those often go together?
Then lead the way for us.
First, I want to stop for a drink.
Argon has no idea what the problem is, so he's not offering up any solutions.
Likewise.
Yeah, it's literally Capriccio. Because Zuazar left you hanging.
Yeah. So what is he asking?
He's telling you to lead the way because although they know that this shady stuff happens, it's also very illegal, so... Yeah. You just told an FBI agent that I'm going to a a black market dealer. And the FBI agent is following you. So I'm asking, how would you like to handle this situation?
And Zorazar already went to do his thing, right?
Zurazar found that information. He presented the information to you. Now Zurazar is not the role-playing active one here. We can keep him to do some simple stuff and combat, but if his character is not here, we can't have him. We can't role-play for him.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, we need some more rare stuff that we need. It's not your typical, herbalist
over here, I
shop.
should probably... Sorry.
No, it is not. But I will say, I'm fully aware of the darker businesses that take place around the city, and of course a member of the Hand of Ord is not supposed to allow such things happen. So, would you like to explain to me why you need to go to Diolit?
Well, I mean, there's nothing wrong in the truth, so a friend of ours died,
Mm-hmm.
and I need those oils to bring him back.
A friend of yours.
Mm-hmm.
Do I happen to know this friend?
Fortune.
He'll look over at you. I suppose I could be persuaded to look a different direction for a moment or two.
It does remind me, though, Yadali, have you delivered Sinclair's rug yet?
Not quite yet. I haven't found the free time to do so.
Hmm.
No, we could pick that up.
Well, but I remember there was a whole you having to agree to deliver that in the case that he couldn't. And I just want to make sure you're aware that Sinclair did pass.
I was aware of it, yes. Word travels very quickly to our ears.
That's it. I was just checking. Trying to see how much you stuck to your promises.
As I stated, I haven't found a reasonable time to delay. However, I could be persuaded to take it now, leaving you all alone. But I believe there would have to be some form of compensation.
And what would you like in exchange, Yadali?
What are you offering?
Oh, Yadali, what do I know about you? What kind of man are you, Yadali? Are you a man that values money? Oh, I don't really think that's it. I think if you wanted money, you'd have money. Or you have money and just don't need more.
He smirks.
I imagine you're more the type that likes information.
There's very few things that happens in this world that I personally am not aware of. But it is part of my job to be aware of a great deal of many things.
How much have you heard about what happened to Nicodranus?
He's going to eye you up a little bit at that question, pausing to take it in. I heard there was a magical explosion that took place. Destroyed barriers, destroyed a Marquis estate, burnt down many of the fields and crops that are no longer, well, usable.
That explosion was caused by a weapon produced by the Dwendalian Empire.
Well, of course.
I figured you knew that much. I assume you also at least guessed that they had the ability to produce more.
It is a theory.
Well, I can confirm that theory, and I can also confirm that they no longer have that capability.
You mean their ace in the hole is gone?
Yes.
His smile grows 3 times as wide. That is certainly a new development.
Which reminds me, I should sending the Thunderbrand, because I haven't even told our people this yet.
Yeah? Oh, you've been kind of busy.
Yeah.
And out of spell slots.
Yes, that too.
You know, I think me and the others are going to go make good on our promises and deliver that beautiful rug. Thank you, Argan, for being such a kind and understanding man to support our city.
My favorite place to shop, Yadali.
Next
It
time,
was
give us
nice.
more than 5 minutes heads up.
Yeah, well, technically we didn't even give you 5. But
He just smirks and they start walking. Good trade. Yeah, no, he doesn't give a fuck about money. He has all the money he would ever want. Extortion.
yeah, I figured he wanted information, and I figured that would be something that would be. I don't really care if it gets out, because
Fuck
I
the
don't want
Empire.
them to be able to spin the propaganda that they still have it.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, yeah. No, that's,
Oh,
and I didn't specifically state that we did it, though he will assume so.
okay.
Correctly.
Yes.
But he doesn't work off of assumptions. He works off of what he knows.
Right.
So. The 3 of them step a ways away, and as they are stepping, you see Yadali lifts his hands into the air and lowers them, and a gust of wind pushes by, and a short tornado of sand wisps the 3 of them away out of sight. I can't wait to introduce that spell to people.
What spell?
The one I just described.
Did he just teleport or disappear or what?
Arcana check.
19.
He definitely
I know
didn't
that's
just
still a good
disappear.
score.
There was no illusion about that. That was transmutation. Or not transmutation. Is conjuration?
Conjuration. is teleportation.
That was conjuration. But it is a foreign spell that you have not experienced before.
I may have to get some more information so I can trade with Yadali.
Anyways.
Capriccio will look at Ark and he'll go, I could have made the earth solid.
I don't think. I mean, don't get me wrong. I have no doubt that you could have killed him, Capriccio, but. Yeah, or taken him out temporarily, either way. But I don't know that Yadali's an enemy we want to have, because I don't know that we'd be able to come back to this town. And we already have one continent that the majority of the place doesn't want us there.
For my friend's life.
I'm with
Yadali-
Argon.
What? Go ahead.
I'm
Roscoe.
with Argon on this. Although if it came to it, I'd have no problem taking care of him.
I understand
not
that
to.
sentiment, Capriccio. I really do. I've dealt with Yadali enough at this point to know that Yadali has his own code of what he thinks are ethics and his own priorities. And we're not going to change him. And so starting a fight with him would probably end up starting a fight with Ank'Harel and whoever it is that runs Ank'Harel. And I just really don't want to go down that road if I don't have to. Not for what it cost me to get rid of him.
Fine.
All right.
Let's go get our stuff.
So, you all travel for a short period of time until you get over to Diolit's shop. A simple herb shop on the surface, but of course, once you show up, and, well, at first, it's Argan and Braska who approaches, and the shopkeep just, "Oh, hello, how may I help you today?" And the moment they see you, Capriccio, they close up their stall and open up the passage into the underground tunnel that they have their real business running out of.
Oh shit!
How come no one ever treats me like that?
No, you just don't know the right people.
Maybe if you gave intoxicating back rubs with your feet.
Well, yeah, that's just not even in my wheelhouse.
Yeah, no.
I wave. Hi.
They wave back. Hey, there's a perk of the job, you know. Your regulars love you.
Who wouldn't?
I have plenty of intoxicants on me, but not that.
I have both, so I win.
So, down down underground, you walk through a tunnel where you get to a back door that is guarded by, adorably, an orc. As soon as you fly over there, though, Capriccio, the orc pounds on the door a few times, and they unlock it from the other side and open up into a very large menagerie of a shop. This beautiful, gorgeous underground facility that they are moving weapons, goods, poisons, toxins, all manner of exotic items to and fro consistently. It is a remarkable location. However, Capriccio, you're also aware it is a very expensive location since they deal in everything that should not be dealt in.
Mm-hmm. I wave at the orc as we pass by.
He'll nod his head. So, once you're all in here, you are met by a spry-looking halfling individual who wanders over to you and gives you a very wide grin where you can see the canines of his mouth are replaced with gold-tipped fangs as he just smiles up at you all. Welcome. What can I do for you today?
Hi.
This is Theolin, by the way.
Hi, Dealit.
Hello, Capriccio. It is such a marvelous way always to see you. They take your hand and kiss the back of it.
I know.
And I see you brought a couple of, muscle? They don't question when they look at Braska, but they definitely question when they look at Argan.
Don't mind him, that don't matter.
He's muscle in training.
Very well. So,
Does it matter?
they will offer their arm to you, Capriccio. What is it that you came here looking for today? Did you need new tassel tips for your wings, or perhaps a new balm of glitter we've been working on recently, or other choice things?
That's not what I came for, but I can be convinced.
We have a staging area. And he starts moving things over that you may like.
Oh no.
It's just wing attachments that they custom designed for you, so your wings look like they're dripping downwards in a very beautiful, like, raindrop. Wing tassels.
God damn it.
Then what is it you came here for?
Well, I'm in the market for some oils, some very rare oils.
How rare are we talking?
I'll give him a list of a few oils.
That is very rare and difficult to obtain items you are looking for. Oh,
That's why we came to you.
I know. I just like to hear you say it.
I'll say it again if you want me to.
We'll talk later. Anyways, these oils, of course, are going to be a bit pricey, given the fact that the last people who had it were sailing over on a ship that just so happened to not make it to their destination. Luck of the draw, after all.
Sucks to be them.
That is precisely what I said.
I like you.
I like money. And they turn their gaze over to you, Capriccio. So, how does 1,500 gold sound? Now, keep in mind, this shop is always way more expensive than the items. But
Yeah.
if you're looking for rare shit, they got it, you know? Most of the time.
I mean, you do drive a hard bargain, deal it.
Just smiles.
I'll take it.
Wonderful. But admittedly, a little boring. I was hoping for a tiny bit of pushback.
Like you said, we'll talk later.
Wonderful. And they will go back behind the counter and pull out this jug, very large jug, and place it on the table. They will also go over to the side and pull out all the ergants or whatever the fuck those things are. I don't know what they are, but you do, so you're fine. Places them up there. You check the jug. It is the right stuff. Deolit has pulled a fast one over people before, and you come to expect him to try, but he always makes good on the deal if you point out that you were dumb enough to not check it the first time. So...
Yeah,
But-
I'll definitely keep an eye to make sure he doesn't get funny.
And he will put in the wing tips as well for you. Free of charge. Well, 1,500 gold. Are you paying in gold or platinum?
I'll pay in platinum.
Thank you. 150 platinum. Write it off. He hands you the materials. And whenever you're going to be back at the chateau to perform again, make sure you send out a messenger. Me and the crew can take an evening off.
I'll make sure I do.
Thank you. And they'll kiss your hand again, and you are escorted out of his establishment.
Yeah, I will lead the party out.
Now, here's the question. Where are you performing this ritual?
Yeah, that is the question.
Where are we right now? The Suncut Bazaar?
Correct.
Okay. I want to take us back to the River District again. Actually.
Well, luckily with your gas clouding, you can to and fro very quickly.
Yeah. Yes, we can. Not concentration, isn't that beautiful?
Yeah.
But yeah, I will take us to the River District. I'll try to find somewhere a little bit more isolated in between the trees.
Okay.
Is
You
that
find
possible?
a nice portion of the district that the only thing that's really would interfere out here is the Hand of Ord individuals, but you can simply drop 5 gold pieces, and they'll grant you your privacy.
I'll give him 10.
No, they'll definitely grant you your privacy and punch anybody who tries to intervene.
I like these people.
Yeah, it's easy to get anything you want in this city. Just have
Man, I love
money.
this town.
But they won't arrest criminals even when you bring them to the door.
Yeah, that's not part of the deal.
Okay. Argan, can you bring him out?
Oh, yes.
I'm going to need both of your help
Okay.
All
for
right.
a little bit.
Oh, that's not the song. This is the song. So, I'd
Assume
like
bring
you
him out.
to describe this ritual, please.
I assume you bring him out, Argan?
Yeah. I use my 9th level slot, Joey, to cast Demi-Plate again
All right.
to reopen the door.
Damn. All right.
What? Do you think I was going to forget that I need to be able to get it back out?
No, you're using all your high levels again. It's
Yeah, I know,
interesting
it's-
for me.
Trust me, I'm already down over half my spell slots, so
This is what happens. Convenience is magic.
it is.
Yeah.
So, describe
Uh-huh.
the way that you do this. Now, keep in mind, you've never performed this spell before, Capriccio. This is
No.
something you are doing instinctually, a feeling that you have inside of this beautiful, lush grove that you have found.
First, I need the two of you to undress him.
Okay.
Okay.
Remove all his armor and everything.
Yeah.
Set it aside.
Yep. We'll do so.
Once they're done with that, I will I will take all the oils that I purchased from Dealit, and I will apply them very carefully and very methodically all across Ordrum's body.
Yep.
It'll probably take some time because I'm tiny.
Yeah.
He's a dwarf.
Yeah.
But once I'm done applying all the oils, I will look to Argan and Brask, and I will say, and now I need you to bury him in a shallow grave.
I know how to do that very well.
I'm already dead.
Yeah.
If
Bros-
there's any abuse in this, I don't know.
Brosco, you very quickly and methodically dig a shallow grave.
I'm used to doing these like 3 at a time, so it's fine, guys. Don't worry.
And I will take a few seeds from my pouch and I will place them on his body, and then I will look to them again and I'll tell them to cover him in dirt.
Alrighty.
Bury him, basically.
Okay.
And he is now
I'll
buried.
help. I'm assuming Braska does about 90% of it, but
Yeah.
That's
You touch
a
grass.
generous
yeah.
estimate of your part.
I'm in a weak human body now.
Yeah, that's what
Your
was
ropes
affecting
say otherwise. I'm just saying.
It's nimble, not strong.
True.
Yeah.
But anyways, Forgem, you are watching all of this from your bowl of water.
Every now and then, I just look over at the Allfather and I'm like, I don't know if I'm going back to this.
Like I said, your call.
Yeah. Did I finish my wand? I mean, time moves differently up here, so.
Oh yeah. You finished your wand.
Cool.
So, at the end of him being buried, Capriccio, what happens?
Once he's buried, I will begin casting Reincarnate, which will take me another hour.
Alrighty. And as the spell swirls around you, all look at the beautiful grove around you as the tips of the grass seem to extend several inches longer. The flowers begin budding and blooming much more vibrant and beautifully, and the trees all seem to be rocking back and forth, left to right, as if they're swaying and dancing in the wind that doesn't exist. Now, as that is happening, you call forth your energy into this grove and start filtering your love and your life into the grove itself, filtering it through the ground and letting it course into everything that is down there. The dirt, the worms, the flowers, the trees, all of it. Even every blade of grass you can feel, and you can feel how all of it accepts the blooming of your magic as it fills up and even encroaches into that shallow grave, and all of them begin prickling and filtering the magic through the dwarven body.
I will use his former body to nourish the land and use that to grow him a new one.
All right. Now, no matter what, the spell does make a new body. The only thing that matters is if Fordrin goes down inside of it. So, because it is your body, Fordrum, D50.
Yep. You want the
D50?
D50?
Yeah.
All right.
Sorry.
I don't know that the laughing's good for it.
No, go ahead.
So, after you allowed the previous body to nourish the lands and landscape, you begin to watch this very large stem stick out of the ground and a bulb persist and bloom brightly with these gorgeous yellow, black, and white patterns all across it, this incredible tapestry that it creates. And at the end of the hour, the flower that is the size of a medium creature blooms, and a tabaxi body falls out.
Who's that?
Now, Fordrum,
Yeah.
up in Elysium, you hear your god. You know what's
You couldn't have
funny?
influenced this at all.
I did my best, but you try telling the fucking Fade what to do.
Right, got it. All right. So, one question:
Hey,
if I die again, or when I finally die, is my forge still going to be here for me?
hey, of course, it's yours. It will always be here.
This isn't like you're only allowed to have dwarves up here thing.
No.
I come back to this body then.
You can come back in whichever the form you are happiest in.
Okay. Is that a fucking cat?
Look at the little tail, it's Buffy.
Well, I think they need me more than you do at this moment. Sorry.
Nah. I'll pat you on the shoulder.
Do I dive through this pond, or how do I get there?
Concentrate on the body.
Oh.
You start to feel it. They are calling your soul towards it.
Mm-hmm.
So, as you lay there, Fordrum,
Mm-hmm.
you begin to feel the elongated, slender form of this tabaxi body. And I'll let you decide what it actually looks back like. The pattern, the fur, the skin, all of that. How tall it is.
Okay.
And you start to feel the length of the body, the height of it, the tall, slender nature of it, the nimbleness of it, the aspect of having a tail. It's all strange, but you start to feel it envelop into you.
Yeah.
The double-jointed nature of your legs, the claws, retractable. And then, as you open your eyes, everyone, you look down at the Tabaxi individual and Fordrum.
This feels really weird.
Just out of all that dirt is on you.
Yeah, I like get up on all fours and shake crazy like, and then I stand up and I'm like, whoa.
Look around, and for Tabaxis are typically very tall creatures. So
Yeah, but they're probably a little couple inches taller than I was.
No, they are typically very tall creatures.
Right.
So like, Braska may be the only person taller than you. Depends on how tall you want to be.
Okay. I was gonna figure that out randomly because I'm not familiar, but it is very weird. The world is at a whole different angle than I'm used to. Capriccio, did you do this?
I did.
And I like smile and run over towards you and give you a big hug.
Now, as you drop onto all fours and run, out of instinct, Forgem, you have never moved that fast before in your life.
Whoa. Yeah, so I try and pull back, but I might barrel into you a little bit.
Oh yeah, definitely barreled.
That's
But-
fine.
But I
You're so fuzzy.
I absolutely tumble over, so I'm the one who hits the ground and not Capriccio. And I give him a big squeeze, and I try my best not to let the nails come out. And I'm like,
Welcome back, Fordrum.
thank you. This is gonna be so weird. Hey,
You're
did you,
naked.
Argon? You got my sending right?
Yes.
Hi, Braska.
Yeah.
Are you feeling okay? You're not eating anything right now.
Oh, don't worry.
Okay.
I'll eat plenty later.
Well, thank you all. Saw that you didn't get the phylactery.
Yeah.
Well, we could have if one of us, died.
Okay. Yeah.
Decided
Yeah.
not to do that
Right.
again.
Yeah. Fair.
Now, you were a mountain dwarf, right?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
I'm just excited that I'm gonna have a movement speed of 30 finally, like everybody else.
You basically
Don't you
also
have
get
more as a tabaxi?
they get no, they have 30, but also climb of 30, and they basically get a free dash they can use
Yeah.
until then they have to move. They have to not move for a round in order to reset it.
That'll be different.
Yeah, you're gonna be like super fast all of a sudden.
Yeah. I already feel weird about it.
Oh, I'll say you're sneaky.
That's not true.
Sneaky.
Is my armor in the hole and I get down on all fours and do that cat dig?
No,
like-
no. We
No.
took it off of you.
Oh, okay. All right.
We have your armor, your hammer, and the Father Stone.
Nice.
Although I am curious if there's still a dead naked dwarf down there.
No.
No,
And with that, I
Nope.
kind of turn around and shove the sand back or the dirt back on top of it. So,
The worms ate that.
go step around a tree and raise one leg so half my body's sticking out, but you can't see while I'm peeing on the tree. This is definitely going to be different. Check this out. And I put my hand on the tree and like press my claws out. Look at those.
Oh, neat.
Give it a little scratch. Whoa. They're sharp.
He's still naked.
Yeah, sorry.
He's covered in fur.
I mean, it's a little.
Plus, it's not that big.
Thanks, man.
You're welcome. Anytime.
So I'll try and put my armor on, but as soon as it doesn't work, I'll be like, I'm gonna need to repair all this.
Well, isn't it magical?
Yes, if it is
Yeah, but
magical,
It resizes.
over time.
Does it? I built it, so I put it on. I start suturing and moving, and then.
Yeah.
I mean, it was built for me, so I've never had to resize my magical armor. Everything just sort of.
Yeah, you just have to spend a short rest to do it. You'll be fine.
Hmm.
Well, we should definitely. Does anybody else feel like resting?
I do, yeah. I just spent an hour doing this.
Well, I was up with God for about a month, so.
I had to dig a single shallow grave, so now I'm gonna go for a walk.
All right.
Well, not a lot of people get to say that they came out of a flower.
No, that is the story for sure. Bruska, before you go,
Yeah.
can I have my stone?
Oh yeah. Where's it? Oh, there it is. And I toss it to you.
Thank you. Hi, friend.
It warms very, very solidly in your hands.
Nice. Oh shit. How am I gonna resist fire with all? Well, I guess I was pretty hairy before. Never mind.
So do we want to spend the night or spend the rest of the day in the mansion and kind of decide what we're going to do next? And then tomorrow head back to wherever it is we're going to go?
Sounds good to me.
Sounds fair. I think the phylactery is still important.
I don't disagree, but unless one of us can think of a way past that death zone or it dissipates, I'm not sure, or it's on the spine and the spine crawls out of the death zone. I'm not sure what else to do. Oh, that does remind me. Argon's eyes will glaze over as he does ascending.
To Thunderbrand, took out device, energy field, incompassable.
It's supposed to be encompassing.
Encompassing. Okay. The area now cannot penetrate. Believe phylactery is inside. Monitoring situation. Had to leave Empire temporarily. Argon. He'll reply, we'll find someone who can handle necrotic energy fairly well. Maybe a suicide mission, but we need you to have that object ASAP. Good job.
Joey, I didn't get to watch last week's stream. Did my sending? My sending probably wouldn't have gone through until today. Then,
Well, yes, yeah.
so I didn't know if they checked the body via the sending that I sent.
They have not. No.
Okay. Because we were told. So I'll tell you guys. Miriam told me that Trent had died. And fortunately, you didn't, unless you were listening to us above.
Yeah.
They somehow managed to kill Trent. I don't know the details. Miriam didn't give me any details, so which is why I played dumb to Yadali, because I don't know how they did it. We were told that other book with the eye, which we think might be his final phylactery that we don't know of, was that book, and they said the twos said he kept it with him at all times. So I was hoping they would search the body and look for it, but I haven't heard back from Miriam to see whether they have or not. So
Got it.
is that the last of them?
Did they say how they did it?
He did not.
It would be the last of them if we could get the one out of the void.
We had destroyed one. We have one. There's one in the shade. No, there's still a fifth one in there.
2 have been destroyed because Miriam destroyed one before he did ours.
Oh, did he?
Yes, because that's how he knew how to do it.
So are we right, Joey, that we're only missing one?
So there's the 2 that have been destroyed, the one in the shade, the one on your party.
Yeah, we have one on the party.
There's 1 more to 2 more, depending on if the one that he destroyed, because he did express it was a Lich's phylactery, not specifically Trent's.
Right.
But so you have either 1 or 2 more, meaning that one in the tree has to be the last one or the second to last.
I still don't think that's right. Assuming he destroyed 2, the one we have, the one in the shade, that's 4. The 5th is the one that's in the swamp right now.
Yeah.
And then we think the 6th is the book.
Oh yeah, there's 6 of them. Yeah.
If there's another one, if his other destroyed wasn't Trent, there's still another one we wouldn't know about. So the question, right?
I think that's math, yeah.
I'm just going to put this in chat. So, oh, I forgot this. Oh, yeah, no. Oh, I just split it out as another recipe.
Destroyed, maybe destroyed, shade on the party in swamp. Think is book.
Yeah. So that's where we're at with the 6.
Yeah.
So we've got, I guess, 2 choices at this point. Well, I guess we've got 3. If he didn't have the book on him, now is probably the best time to try to get into Rexitrum and see if we can find the book in his study. It's still going to be a nightmare, but at least he's not there. We need to get the one in the swamp, and we need to, at some point, decide how we're going to deal with that thing in the shade.
Yeah.
I think the one in the shade would be the lowest in the priority list, right? Because he can't really be there.
Yeah, that's kind of, yeah. He's vulnerable, I think, is what we found out if he's in the shade. So it's not real likely he wants to go there.
Right. So I think the one in the shade is going to be the last one that we deal with.
Yeah, which is kind of how we've been treating it up to this point. So you're right.
No real change there.
Yeah.
Although it could be funny if he does revive to that one and ends up fighting that guy.
So
There's a couple things we didn't think about that we could try. Like, what if we reach out to the protector of that other tree who offered to be part of the battle when we battled Trent? Oh. Wasn't the spine crawling away?
yes.
So do you think the spine was crawling away because it couldn't do or deal with all that necrotic damage?
I think the spine was trying to escape the effect. I think it was trying to crawl for the exit. And I'm hoping that since it was kind of the center point of the tree, that the phylactery's in there. In it. Embedded in it.
We're going to have to do something about that spine thing, because it may be slow, but at some point it's going to do something, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
The spine should be tossed into the void or dismantled or what's Craven was a blood drinker and destroyer of life.
The sword
That's
was.
what necromancy does too, right?
It's a very necromantic thing, yes. To feed off the life force of other creatures.
I would love to have stuck some of that Craven spine into the void to see how they reacted. Because that might be able to be made into a suit of armor that protects or something. I don't know.
Well, but we'd have to get the problem is it's inside the void at this point, and we have no way of getting it out either. Unless it slowly crawls its way out of there.
Oh, I didn't realize that the thing had been absorbed too. I thought it was
It's in the giant area of necrotic energy.
Okay. Well, there we have it.
I don't have any protection spells that specifically target necrotic, and I don't know if it might overwhelm any. We didn't test it.
Simple stuff.
I know that straight up anti-magic field's not enough to stop it.
Oof.
So
I have means to repel life, but not death.
You have means to repel life?
Mm-hmm. I can create a field that moves with me that pushes back living things.
Wow.
it's possible maybe Miriam knows more necrotic. I know he's far more of a necromancer than I am. Based upon the one time we met up with him and he had the 2 Goliath skeletons with him as bodyguards.
Yep. Fair.
That'll give it away.
Yeah. Wasn't subtle. Well, he did have them under disguise when they first came out. Because necromancy, I think necromancy may be his specialty, but I don't know that for certain.
Then it's definitely worth an ad. And something like the usual protections of energy and stuff like that, those aren't going to do enough, right?
I'm going to guess since anti-magic field's not going to be enough, that wouldn't be enough.
The only thing that would be enough is something that would grant resistance to the type of damage, but that's really it.
So
Or immunity, of course. And you all only know one person, I believe, that is pretty good against everything.
Who do we know? Oh. Wait,
Your
who do we know that's
barbarian.
pretty- Oh, him, yeah.
Yeah.
The barbarian
Sure.
who's too angry to die.
Yes.
And too hungry.
Yes,
But is he too angry to face the void and live?
that's the thing.
So we could risk Braska charging in. I could give you a 1-minute head start, and I could give you 2 balls to be able to pull up temporarily to be able to protect yourself. It's a matter of how much damage you think you're going to take on the way in.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Right.
Do you think that something of great, powerful life would be a counter to it? Or do you think it would feed off of each other?
It's probably more of a question for you or Capriccio than me. Life magic isn't any more my thing than death magic is.
Yeah.
Repeat the question?
Would a powerful... So, my thought is this. If every time in other times Trent buried his phylacteries in trees of life, and now all of a sudden it's in a tree that has a necromantic bent to it, would something of greater life energy be able to thwart the necromancer energy? Like the seed of the tree of life, or another tree of life.
Hear that because it feeds on life, just feeding it more life would make things worse, not better.
Okay. You don't think there's an overwhelming life that could potentially fix that whole area?
Nothing short of godly power.
We don't know anybody who could do that.
Capriccio's only a demigod yet.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
I wasn't talking about anybody specifics.
Give me a little bit, I'll be a lesser deity.
Oh.
I don't remember, Capriccio. Did you tell us about the seed that you got from...
Nope.
Okay.
Oh, sorry. I thought it had been mentioned. Never mind. But I feel like you could do anything, because if you can resurrect a dwarf into a cat, why not? Neither of you do that spell that Sinclair used to do, where it would create the portal that would like go from here to there.
No, I never really focused much on short range teleportation like Sinclair did.
Oh. Because I wonder if there's a way we could just sort of surgically remove it without actually going into that space. Find a path to it, point it out, open a portal, falls in through this one, picks it up on that side. Do we know also if this whole thing is coming from the phylactery? Because if that's the case, then the whole scenario could be just a shit show.
Well, considering from where it began to grow,
Turn into a hot potato.
I've never gotten an impression that a phylactery is capable of doing something like this. I don't think it's the phylactery itself that's causing it.
Okay.
So what the hell is it?
I think Craven Spine summoned this thing.
Wasn't Craven Spine one of the primordials?
Craven was, yes. It was the spine of a primordial that was in that tree.
Right. So We used to be followed around by a primordial of air, and then we one time met a primordial of, think, ice or earth.
I don't think they were
The ice or earth one was willing to do a task if we released it.
He was an Archon, not a primordial. I don't know what the difference is between the two.
Oh. I just remember Sinclair talking about it, and
He was an elemental being,
yeah.
And primordials are not that. They're more of like the precursors to gods kind of thing.
Oh. Shoot.
I believe that's what primordials are. Argan's not 100% sure on primordials. He would have read a little bit about it in school, but it definitely wasn't a major study subject for him.
Totally, yeah, I know.
Though actually, he does speak primordial, I think.
Well, then you definitely did study it.
I forget. I
Arcana.
I know primordial.
Arcana check. Let's see how much you know, because you were somewhat on the right path. Oh, let's
36.
go. You loved primordial study. So primordials themselves are believed to be older than the gods of your world. They are the entities that it seems like all matter was created out of. The fundamental four elements, right? Water, fire, air, and earth. All of them are needed to sustain worlds, to sustain life upon those worlds. So it is believed that they are older than the gods themselves. So the gods just utilize their power to, well, create things. And as far as the archons go, based off of your previous studies, Argan, the archons were individuals, mortals, that were transformed into primordials by ancient creatures and beings as well, that became immensely powerful because it was an elemental with humanoid consciousness and free will. So they can grow to near infinite portions of strength.
All right, so maybe that idea's got wings for Drew.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm not sure that we want to. This is where we get in the scenario of what do we want to release to fight the thing that we're already fighting.
Right.
Because if I remember correctly, that thing ruled an empire during Sinclair's time.
Yes. You are remembering correctly.
Oh.
Or right before Sinclair's time. It was somewhere around there.
Yeah.
Actually, wasn't it Sinclair's emperor?
No, that was not his shogun. That was the shogun he was going after.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
The ice one was?
Yeah, that was before he was the Ice Archon.
Right.
Because remember, it was him and his three siblings all got turned into Archons.
Right.
When they got sent to the elemental planes following the battle.
Yep.
Because one of them betrayed the other ones, I think. The sister did.
Well, maybe over the next few hours we should send sendings to the few that we know and just ask if any of them know of any other primordials or that something that would negate necrotic, and see if there's something out there that we're not aware of.
Okay.
Joey, I might be thinking of both the different games, and this is getting crossed. Do we know that the weapon killed a bunch of people when it shot?
Yes.
That originated in our game.
Yes, that knowledge was passed over to the other game because your guys' knowledge.
You know, one of the things I was wondering is if that weapon sucks away all the life around the thing, it's sort of working in the same aspect as this null zone. So when you guys were thinking like maybe we got to go to Humperduke's, in hindsight, as I'm thinking about all this, maybe there's an answer at Humperduke's for how all this necrotic stuff is being created.
See if we can find out how they were harvesting that energy.
What are they? How are they building a thing that sucks in, that does necrotic, suck a bunch of people's life, and then turn it into a big destructive ball of doom? I also have a thought that what if we stuck all the phylacteries around it and then shot the fucking thing and see if it eats them? But that's a whole nother idea of play.
I mean, we could try and get the plans out of Humperduke. They'd be pretty deeply guarded, I'm sure.
Servers are sneaky.
We could call on your the woman you love's boss. If I recall correctly, she's in charge of Humperduke. It falls under her jurisdiction.
Ooh, Jenna?
Yeah.
I kind of had thoughts about that when you guys were talking about it, but then I also thought she could be kind of mad at us because we sort of fucked up her weapon. 'Cause she might be thinking it's like her weapon, and it's awesome. And then it wasn't as awesome as she imagined.
You're right. It could turn out that she was behind, not behind as in she did it, but she was a willing participant in the process.
Or going to at least take credit for its success.
Right. But she could have also just been unable to oppose him.
True.
Problem is we don't know. She could either end up being a really great ally or a giant weight around her neck. But at some point, I think we're going to have to take a gamble somewhere.
I think that's not a bad gamble, actually. If we could even... I wonder if there's a way we could just reach her and say, Trent is out of commission for 7 days. Just let her know that. Is there a semi-secret path to sending an information like that to her?
Well, you could send her a sending, or I could send her paper.
Oh, paper doesn't really leave a trail, does it?
Empire paper leaves a trail, but I do have non-Empire paper because my mother gave me a bunch, I think.
Yeah.
That might be valid. And then you could just turn her loose on whatever kind of fuckery she had planned.
So just let her loose. I mean, but is she going to just accept that as truth?
Doesn't matter. It
Yeah.
makes her now look into what is true. And if she's got any kind of... She didn't like him. She has any kind of ideas about him or what she might do if he wasn't around.
So we just kind of throw her out there as a distraction, kind of?
Yeah. And sign it Friends from the Past. She may already know, and she may already be doing whatever kind of thing she's up against. She may already have changed her mind and be correlated to him. She may all kinds of different options. But if she is of the mind that she was once upon a time, then she may take an opportunity that she wouldn't normally take if the reins were as tight as they were.
So I could send her a note and say, Trent is dead till his phylactery recreates him in a week.
You can't say that because they don't know that he's an undead.
I know, but don't I want to let her know that?
You
Or
could.
not?
You could. It just makes it feel unbelievable.
Or does it make it more believable? I
That's-
don't know.
I mean, think about how you'd receive it. If suddenly somebody was like, your dad's dead, but he'll be back in 7 days when his phylactery revives him.
Well, at this point, I've had enough exposure to liches that I'd question whether I knew about my dad or not.
Well, I don't know that our experience, since we've sought out and hung out with the liches, is going to be the same as everyone else's.
Well, that's a fair point.
And if he's in charge of sort of manipulation, propaganda, and such, who knows where her mind is at this point?
Okay, so we just tell her Trent has been killed.
I don't think killed is accurate because he'll come back. But I think saying Trent is out of commission for this entire week or 5 days.
Neutralized.
Neutralized. There you go.
There you go. Good word.
Trent has been neutralized for at least the next 6 days. Signed, your friends from Allfield, so she remembers where she knew us.
I don't want to lead her. I didn't
Okay.
want to give her that strong of a path.
Okay. I didn't know how much of a path you wanted to give her.
No, mostly none.
Okay.
So there's 2 inquiries, because then she'll be like, my friends from the past. She might have somebody that she knows from the past that she really liked, that knew the paper, did the thing, and informed her. But she also, and assume in no way that it's us, where if we said it's Allfield, she'd be like, wait, the giant and the dwarf that we met? What the hell? You know, I don't necessarily want to point her right back at us, because again, we don't know what her mindset is. So if it's as vague as someone from the past, then she just can either research where did it come from, or she can research, was it the truth? And if it's the truth, then she might have whatever kind of fucking around she wants to do for the next 5 days or however long.
Yeah, I guess, I don't know. I guess Argon's looking to gamble at this point, but Argon understands Meowtrum's. Now I just saw that name. I will fill in Braska and Capriccio on the fact that years ago we ran into one of the other members of the Cerberus Assembly. And Braska knows, well, he was there as Corvus at the time, but she helped us escape the Empire because we had already, at that point in time, we were already a minor nuisance to Trent because Trent was hunting me because Trent's been hunting me from the beginning for different reasons. He just wasn't hunting me very hard. It was more of a pet project than an, oh my God, I'm going to kill you thing.
A mouse in the barn compared to a rodent
Yes.
in your home.
Yeah. So, but she helped us get out of the Empire. She actually teleported us out of the Empire, if I remember correctly.
Correct.
And she is a member of the Cerberus Assembly, the same organization that Trent is. And an Archmage, for that matter.
And an Archmage, and she's got a cohort who's hot, and an Archmage. Oh, wonder if she'd like this cat potty. Anyway,
That's a very valid question.
yep.
We did talk off stream about the furries earlier, so I guess that's appropriate for all of
Oh my
this.
god, we did.
We
Holy
summoned
shit.
this into existence.
Oh my god.
What have we
So-
done?
Yeah. On a note for that, any
God's work.
furries watching, I apologize if I fuck up. Just don't have any experience, so it's
Yeah,
gonna
yeah,
be-
yeah, yeah.
We manifested the furry experience.
Right on.
Don't worry, you didn't choose to be a furry. The furry life chose you.
True. Income goes up like we talked about. Anyway,
Yeah.
Yeah. So I know Capriccio wasn't here for it, and Braska himself technically wasn't here. So
Yeah.
that's a little bit of background of who we're talking about.
Yeah.
I'm all for communicating with her. Argan's willing to gamble at this point because Argan needs this done, and Argan's sick of dealing with Trent.
yeah.
But I understand if Meowdrum is a little more hesitant to take this gamble. So, Braska, Capriccio, what do you guys think?
I think that's probably a good move.
Which one?
Do we let her know
Talking
that
to-
it was specifically
Jenna.
us?
Well, if she was inclined to help in the beginning because she already wasn't too fond of how Trent was doing, I think it was.
Yep.
Then
Yeah.
mean, I don't see why. I mean, time has passed, but I don't. I mean, things have gotten worse, so I don't see why her view on him and his activities would have improved rather than worsened.
The only reason I say I don't know an answer in that is because we've gone from not in war to in a war, and all these people that we keep speaking with in the Empire, the propaganda has convinced them that war is necessary at this time. So
Do
I
you
don't
think
know.
her that gullible?
No, that's my point. I think she's high enough up in the Empire to know that this is Trent's doing and not the Empire. And is probably
Yeah.
more immune to the propaganda than the average soldier would be. Because she has access to far more information than the average soldier would.
When you said by that point, back then she was already an archmage, right? So she
Yes.
is a very intelligent woman.
Yes. And she would know a lot about the production of the weapon in Hupperduke. To some extent. I mean, I think this is Trent's project, but there's probably
You would
only
know-
so much he could have hid from her in Hupperduke.
And she would know more than the nothing that we currently know.
Yes. I agree it's a giant risk.
Well, if
I
we
don't know if
decide-
giant's the right word for it.
But I'm proposing we meet with her.
actually meet with her,
Okay,
gonna
that
need-
might be a giant risk.
I'm gonna need a day. I got some resting to do. I got.
I'm not suggesting we do it right now because I would want to be prepared before.
Thanks. Yeah, I can't even get this groin piece to fit on me anymore. It's like 3 times as big as I am wide now. So
It's like a hula hoop.
I am suggesting full blown alliance for the sole purpose of taking down Trent. We stay out of the rest of the war. I'll even agree, as I personally will no longer get involved in the war following the defeat of Trent. You know,
I think-
as one of the scions of the Lyceum, that I will step away from the war following the defeat of Trent. But
I wouldn't offer that at all. I would offer the displacement of Trent and leave it there.
yeah,
And the reason why is because if we kind of assume that most of this war is predicated on Trent work, then
it'll collapse anyways.
it'll collapse if he goes. And you don't need to make a promise that you won't partake in a war that we already partook in and might do it again.
We chose sides a long time ago.
We
Oh,
chose
well,
that.
that's true. But I mean, we're running out of options. I mean, we're running into bigger and bigger problems every time we go somewhere. And the stakes keep getting higher and higher, and the clock is ticking.
But
I
I've
agree
never
with
had-
Argon. At this point, we need to reach deep and far and grab whatever we can.
And I've never had a tail before, nor this much facial hair.
So now you can
you
grab
get
even
used to
more
it.
things.
So I just originally, I feel different. I smell different. And
Yeah.
I'm going to move faster than I used to. So we'll see what
It's all
happens.
nice, isn't it?
It's weird. Like
How
when I
does your
stand
tail
up,
feel?
I feel a little dizzy for a few seconds until the body's balance just takes over. But when I first stood up there, it was such a strange feeling to just see the whole world at a little different angle than it's always been.
Well, just remember, if you're losing balance, that's what your tail is for, actually.
I'm gonna go play with that when I get. That's amazing.
That's one way to put it.
So, guys, let's have an in-character vote. Everybody seems amendable to talking to Jenna. Who is
Mhm.
if you are amendable to attempting a direct allyship with her, type yes. Well then, Forge room.
Wait.
Oh yeah.
I'm still typing.
It's a long word.
It's either 3 or 2 letters for Meowdrum.
Okay.
I
Okay.
should have just led with Janet.
Well then, you can comprise your sending now, or your piece of paper. What is it? What are you sending?
Oh my lord.
Yeah. This is the first time y'all are taking like a big risk. I like it.
Yeah, I kind of feel like we've been slowly moving, slower than we should have been a long time ago. Too
Yes,
afraid of risk.
I feel so different though.
We are very careful considering how powerful we are.
We are, and
Yeah.
Argon very much so is.
Argon could any one of you could destroy an entire city if you're given an hour. And for two of you, if you're given a round of combat. Like
Yes, hi, tsunami. Hi.
earthquake, like
Yeah. While you're doing that, Argon, Capriccio will address the party and he will say, "Are we staying here for the night in the city?"
Yeah, I put up the mansion where we were. The door's invisible normally,
Oh,
but you can leave and come and go as you want, Capriccio.
well, I was actually going to suggest for all of us to go to the Delicate Touch.
We certainly can. The mansion stays for a day, so we can go and do whatever we want. If we don't use the mansion, that's fine. If nothing else, Braska can pregame.
I'm gonna need an hour to at least get dressed.
What did we say? What did we say? Trent was. It's not taken out of commission. What phrase did we say?
Neutralized. Yeah, we can all come to the Delicate Touch and I can show you guys what I used to do before I joined your group.
I think before we start a potential alliance with a member of the Cerberus Assembly, downtime of one night is not a terrible idea.
Yeah.
Especially after the loss of Meowdrum or the loss of Fordrum and the rise of Meowdrum.
I won't keep my name that way. It was just
I
so
know.
for
I
today
know.
I had to.
Also, Fortrum,
Yep.
if you're inclined to try your new body, the Delicate Touch is the perfect place.
I guess I
Oh shit! He actually said yes.
don't know. I haven't. I was gonna save myself for Janet, but
I know a Janet at the Delicate Touch.
My name
That's
could be
close
whatever you
enough.
want it to be.
she's definitely not like my Janet.
You don't know.
Damn it, Janet. Nobody? Damn.
Oh, I get it.
Yeah, I'm just too busy trying to type out this
It's
message.
okay, it's okay.
I know my Rocky Horror.
Hell yeah. It's one of the few things I watch every single year, that and V for Vendetta.
Grew up in the 80s.
You know, I need to bring this up to Zorzar. We should hire a shapeshifter.
Jesus Christ.
Mm-hmm.
And I should have somebody assassinate them. Who's available?
All right, so this is not going out to her yet. I'm putting this out to the group to proofread and decide. I'm proposing Shady Creek as a place for a meeting because we can get there. It's not too far from here, but it's technically neutral territory. And we don't have to go into the Empire to get there, but it's on the border.
Neutralized for the next week. He is a threat to the world, including the downfall of your empire. We have information about who and what he really is and plans. We would like to meet in Shady Creek in 2 days. Those you helped in Allfield. Okay, so that's how she'll know. Hopefully.
That's because I don't want to. I don't want to put my name because I'm not 100% sure on what they can and cannot intercept.
Yeah, don't worry. Even if she doesn't remember you, Janet remembers everything she's ever heard. So.
Yes. That's my proposed message. I have not sent that.
I'm good with it.
Does anybody have any tweaks, changes they want to make to it? I don't know what Fordrum's reading over there.
Trying to see where Shady Creek is.
It's north of the Empire, where you killed the twos.
Right. Up there, yeah.
Yeah, it's our favorite place to kill Volstruckers.
Apparently so.
Yep, right up there.
Right.
So I think that if that message is interesting to her, I don't know what that means about her knowledge base, because I'd be surprised if any of the Cerberus Assembly don't at least suspect that something's off with Trent.
You're right, and I'm assuming she does. I'm assuming that I'm really telling her that we know a lot of things that I'm kind of presuming you know too, so you kind of know that I'm telling the truth because I can back up the theories that you've come up with, kind of thing. I'm part of the conspiracy theory, kind of thing.
Fair.
There's nothing to lose by emphasizing the point that.
But I think it would
See
definitely
by
be
that.
interesting to say, hey, we know we're war criminals and such, but
So do you want me to say, are you... So,
No,
Vraska's...
you're good where you are.
Okay.
You're good
Capricia,
where
are
you
you
are.
suggesting I put he's a lich in there? Is that what you were trying to suggest?
The bitch is a lich.
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
Are you good
No.
with the wording then, Capricio?
Yes.
Fordrum?
Yeah.
Okay. Then that's what I will send. I said 2 days because I need to burn a spell. I need to burn a 9th level spell slot tomorrow.
Yeah.
So, because I need to dispel magic on myself.
Yeah.
Because I need to go as Argon.
True. You absolutely
If
do.
I go as Maldor, it won't work.
Yeah. Lyceum name carries a lot of weight behind it.
Well, that's the person she knows.
Yeah.
She also knows, I guarantee you, she knows at least some of the truthful things that we've done, and at least some of the stories they claim we've done.
You get a reply, but it is not Jenna who replies to this.
Uh-oh. I hand it to Fordrum.
Wonderful, Mr. Lyceum. We would be so elated to meet you there on the scheduled hour. Looking forward to seeing you and hearing more about your deadly exploits. Yours truly, Janet.
I read it verbatim, and I go, I don't think I can go to the touch place tonight.
And this is a great place to end the session, y'all. GG, players. Everyone, we'll see you next time.